I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocker and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, coming through to rock the spot. Welcome to the premier Knicks in the Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute, 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 everybody. Everybody, salute, everybody coming in. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. Kenny Payne, I see you. My brethren, YZ, was in the building. Mike Hansen is in the building. Salute, y'all. Salute. So I got something to say and read, kinda. I have a thought, and I kind of want to say it and then kind of talk about it with you guys. So I'm gonna try to do this. The best way I can without getting too chatty with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to. I'm gonna just go ahead and try to clear this jumble that's in my mind. And y'all bear with me if I fumble over a word or two, just trying to get my thoughts out. Just bear with me as it's me trying to get my thoughts out and then straightening up all the other stuff later during the conversation. Right. So I'm just going to say what's on my mind and then I'll clean and press everything for the most part, as much as I can afterwards. So, Lawrence Tier's family, let's talk about it. Right. The 2025-26 season is almost here. It's like this. It's almost here, right? In about 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to be talking about training camp, right? So for the first time in years, there's a different voice on the sidelines. Whether you like the old guy, whether you like the new guy, this is where we are. Mike Brown is now the head coach of the New York Knicks, right? And I know the first thing a lot of you thought was Mike Brown. Who? Why did the Knicks do that move? But let's not be so quick to judge or dismiss it. Right? This is a guy who's been around winning his entire career, 4 championships as an assistant, 2-time coach of the year. And what he brings to New York is something this team desperately needed. A new identity. Now, don't get me wrong. I always respect what Tom Thibodeau did here. I do. I respect Tibbs. He's the guy that I wanted to hire when the Knicks were looking for this first head coach under Leon Rose. Tom Thibodeau is who I wanted. Right? So I respect it. Right? He made this team tough, defensive minded. He put the Knicks back on the map. But let's keep it a stack, though. His system had a ceiling to it. Heavy minutes, short rotations, grounded out offense, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know all the stuff that's in my mind right now. Y'all know what I want to say about Tom Thibodeau. And it worked until it didn't. And when the Knicks hit the Eastern Conference Finals, you could see it. They just didn't have the juice. They didn't have answers. They didn't have balance. They didn't have the things you need to be a championship contender. Mike Brown, though, changes that. Right? Mike Brown changes that. He's known for being creative offensively, for making adjustments on the fly, something we hadn't seen in the past 7 years. And that part is big for getting buy-in from players. The team is no longer just going to be about wearing down opponents. It's going to be about movement, space, spacing, pace, communication. Now, with that said, we groomed a superstar during the Tom Thibodeau era. We groomed a superstar. And chat, look at me. Chat, look at me when I talk to y'all on y'all TV, on your phone, on your laptop, on your whatever it is. I want y'all to look at me, right? Pay attention to this, what I'm about to say, right? Pay attention to your guy, your brother, Uncle Freezy, right? The Knicks created a superstar under Tom Thibodeau and Jalen Brunson, right? And Brunson has already proved himself as one of the most reliable leaders in the NBA. Keyword being leader, right? Leadership. I would go out on a limb to say that Jalen Brunson is probably the best Knicks leader of my lifetime, all 50 plus years of it. And I know all you guys that are retired are calling me a baby, whatever. I don't care. And I'm in my 50s, man. I get there one day, right? Almost in my 60s. I'll get there in a couple years or so, right? But he's not just the Knicks' best player. You could kind of say him and Josh Hart are the heartbeat of the Knicks, of the city, right? You could kind of say Jalen Brunson might be the most embraced star in the city right now, right? And look at what he did last season in the playoffs. Over 30 minutes a game, carrying the team in crunch time, barely sitting down, because we couldn't afford to. We didn't have another dynamic guard on the roster that could at least supplement what Jalen Brunson could do, but in his absence. We didn't have a guy that could be the chocolate to Jalen Brunson's peanut butter, right? We didn't have that player. So Jalen Brunson carrying his team in crunch time, barely sitting. We could barely take him off the floor, and that's what MVPs are made of, right? MVPs are made of this, right? But here's where it gets even more interesting for me as a lifelong Knicks fan, for you as a Knicks fan, and to all the observers out there, all the people wanting us to fail. Brunson just signed a contract extension that could go down as one of the most important moves in Knicks history. He left about $11 million on the table in the first year, and subsequent years after that, it'll be about $11 million plus on the table, right? That means the Knicks have cap flexibility, right? And short thinking, that's enough to bring back Dante DiVincenzo. In short thinking, right? That means the team can make moves during the season. The Knicks can add another piece without being handcuffed, so to speak, by the salary cap. That's leadership. That's loyalty. That's caring about your environment, right? I mean, Jalen Brunson cares about being a Knick, right? That's basically saying, I'm not here just to get paid. I'm here to win. And for people that don't believe that's a real thing, when you leave money on the table, that's legit him telling you, the Knicks fan, that he's not here just to get paid. He's here to win. He's here to win. And when you hear that word, what do those words mean to you? When you hear that, when a superstar that you created, basically, now the ingredients were great. They were great ingredients, but the Knicks basically cooked the meal. They turned Jalen Brunson into a superstar. Basically, he became a superstar here. Now, as a Knicks fan, and listen, I know what y'all been hearing all summer. Me too. When are we going to sign Ben Simmons? I know what y'all been hearing all summer. Right? Who going to be the fifth starter? I know what y'all been hearing all summer. I know. I'm a part of the content creation space. Right? But I want to offer you something different to think about. Right? I want to offer you something to think about. Right? Not just, oh, the Knicks are going to run 5 out or spread offense. What is Mike Brown? No, that's not the most important point here for a Knicks fan during the summertime. Here is what we should be thinking about, everybody. I want to supplement your thinking because I know what it don't matter, man. If Josh Hurt don't shoot, I know what you've been hearing, right? I'm a part of it. I'm a contributor to it. Right? But listen, what it means is for the first time in a long time, the Knicks have a balance of stability, which is important, and flexibility, which is also important, right? You've got a proven head coach with championship DNA. He's been on championship teams where they've won championships. Mike Brown has been everywhere from the Steph Curry era to the Malice in the Palace. Mike Brown has been everywhere, and he's coached the greatest NBA player of all time, in some people's opinion. All from the Malice in the Palace. He helped coach Steph Curry, and now he's here in New York. And we can't discount that for our adjacent likes and dislikes, or what based out of our preferences, right? We've got a star guard playing at an MVP level on a team-friendly deal, and you got a front office that, like it or not, now has no excuses. Leon Rose and his company can't hide. This is the place that they always wanted to be, at the top of the food chain, and here we are. This is the team that they built, right? The coach that they hired, the star that we are hitching our wagons to. But here's the thing. The East is tough. Cleveland is deep. Boston is going to be relatively decent. Milwaukee has a star that may have reached his peak, right? Don't sleep on Milwaukee and Giannis, but he's one of those stars that he is not on the path to getting better. Right? He's probably at his apex right now. Right? If Mike Brown's system clicks and Brunson continues his rise, y'all see what I did right there? Talked about the old veterans reaching a peak and Jalen Brunson on the rise. Y'all see what I did there? Right? This team can not only make another deep playoff run, but they might just find themselves knocking on the door of an NBA Finals. Right? So here's my bottom line. This isn't just another Knicks season where we overhype everything and everybody to make ourselves feel good. This moment is for real. This feels like the start of a new era. And it starts with Mike Brown and his system and the heart and determination of Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, the deep skill set and bag of Karl Anthony Towns. A deep but what's the word I'm looking for? A deep but promising bench. I'm going to say a promising bench because we don't know exactly what the bench is going to look like, but we feel like we have some good pieces, right? Mike Brown's passion on the sideline, right? The main question is, can all those things that I mentioned, right? Can all those things that I mentioned, Prezi, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Kenny Payne. I'm talking to Mike Hansen. I'm talking to y'all. With all those things that I just mentioned, right? With all those things that I just mentioned, can the Knicks put it all together for 100+ games and raise the Larry O'Brien trophy? Y'all tell me. Now, listen, I know that there are stars in the East. I know Paolo Banchero is a rising star. I know that. I know Franz Wagner is a rising star. I know Trae Young has a reloaded roster. Right? I know that. I know that. Right? I know Cleveland is ready to knock us off. I know that. I know Indiana is going to be feisty. I know that. Right? I know that. I know Washington and Charlotte and other teams with a bunch of kids are just waiting for that one moment to knock off the highly anticipated new crowned beast of the East. I know that. But what if your Knicks, with all the ingredients I just said, a very eager front office, an experienced coach, an MVP caliber point guard, a very skilled offensive unit, passionate players like OG and Josh Hart and Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson. Can the Knicks put this thing all together and hear those things that you, the Knicks fan, have been waiting for your entire life? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2026 NBA champs, New York Knicks. Yeah, now, for my people in the chat, tell me how that makes you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the 2026 NBA champion, New York Knicks. How does that make you feel just by hearing it? Just by hearing it, right? Let me move this thing so I can see who all in the chat. Who all in the chat out here? Oh, Big Tone, you in the chat? Big Tone, you need a Knicks jersey? Big Tone in the chat. Let me put my thing out. Let me put this out here for my guy, Big Tone. Because I know he won a Brunson jersey. Bad as his point guards look. Bad as Big Tone point guards look. I know he won a point guard. Prezi in the building. Salute. Knicks Apocalypse in the building. Just Knicks. Knicks will be 2026 NBA champs. That's my name. I see Hit 'em Up in the building. DJ Cash in the building. Cash Rule. And so I've been thinking about a lot of this for a long time, and I really want to share these thoughts with y'all. But it's the summertime, man. Share the microphone, man. Share the mic. Yo,
man,
what's good, boss?
Okay, there you go. I got everything. I'm just trying to get my everything right.
Yo, that hat is fire, dog. That hat is fire. Nephew.
Let me
yeah, that hat is fire,
man. I appreciate you, nephew. Appreciate you. Yeah. Appreciate you. Man, nephew. Man, stop this foolishness, man. Okay, stop this foolishness.
What?
Ain't nothing on that sideline say y'all know 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. No goddamn champions, man. Nephew, stop this foolishness, man. Stop this foolishness, man.
What we talking about, man?
Hell,
What we talking about?
man, ain't nothing about no Knicks is got champion nowhere near it, bro. Come on, nephew.
Y'all
Come
gonna
on.
trade us Terry Rozier?
Shit, just give me a box of popcorns and you can have them.
The whole box? I gotta give you a whole box.
A whole box. Nope. You know what though, nephew? Nope. You ain't gotta give me a whole box. Nope. You ain't even gotta give me a whole box. Nope.
Oh
Nope.
man.
You ain't even gotta give me a whole box, nephew.
Oh
Just,
man.
just give me what I tell you what. Give me whatever you reach down in your pocket, lamp, whatever.
Just whatever.
Whatever come out your
That
pocket.
man said just whatever. I even, brother.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Whatever you got available, man, and we can just get this $26 million off our books, man. Whatever.
Oh man.
Whatever you got, man, we'll take.
Yeah, man. We already have a player like him on our roster, bro. We ain't even. What your boys gonna do, man?
Oh, y'all better recognize I'm trying to tell you now. I'm already adjusting my bank account. I'm ready to put it in. I'm coming back up north, right? My son, the last one, man. My youngest son getting married. Then everybody, all my kids be married, man. So
Hey, congratulations, boss.
I appreciate you. So
Yeah,
the last
man.
one getting married. So in 2 weeks, we're gonna be back up top of BMO. And
Okay.
I'm going straight to the casino, putting my bet in online. These fools said Miami ain't gonna win 37.5. So Vegas got us less than 37.
What?
Okay. Yeah. I love it. Oh, I love it. Yes, I love it.
I might put some bread in on that too.
Yeah, man. I love it. That's cool. That's fair. See, they done took on all the shit we done went through this year gone, and I guess they feel like it's gonna be that's fair. Hey man, they do it every year, so it ain't nothing new. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely going and for the first time gonna bet on that spread and whatever else bull crap they got against
Right.
Miami this year. Oh yeah. I'm definitely doing that. And
Who y'all added? Who y'all added, man? Who y'all added to the roster?
Oh, we got Norman Powell from Clippers.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he a bucket, bro.
Right. He averaged 22 points a game. We got 4 players, bro, this year. 4 players this year, homie. That's average 20 plus. I guarantee you, we the only team in the East that got that. Now, if it's somebody else who got 4 players who average 20 points, just let me know, and I'll put them on the list. But as of right now, I think we the only team who got 4 players who average 20 plus points a game. So, yeah, we ready. And our young boys, the good thing about this year, Spo ain't got no choice but to play young boys because that's all we got this year. And I love every second of it. Oh, right. I love every second of it.
Right. Yes. Hey, Spo gonna work that voodoo, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That dude got voodoo, bro. It don't matter what you give him, he gonna win. He gonna try to win.
So it's just a matter, man, of us. Now he got to go deep, just like he did in 22, 23. He gonna have to go deep. Ain't got no time for no foolishness.
Right.
I gave him a pass last year because his divorce, all that stuff. Okay, that's gone. And this year we focus. Well, we still got that one little problem in the locker room, man. Now, and Turbo's in not causing no problems or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to think Turbo's in the locker room causing. It's just that investigation that he got going on, and the fact that, man, he really was atrocious last year. Man.
That's a distraction.
He was bad last year. And so that's the only thing that we have, man. That's still there. So they're trying, but I don't know if they're gonna buy him out. The wave factor gone because they had till 5:00 yesterday to either waive him, stretch him out, or I guess now I look. I'm at the point where he gonna just be there because I ain't even got time.
Right.
Now, if he there, come on, Scary, get your name back. Get your
Right.
name back. Because as long as you're there, I'm gonna cheer you on. I might be
Right.
mad at you, whatever, but you there? Hey man, ain't nothing I could do. You get out on that court, I'm gonna cheer you on.
Right.
But
Right.
I need that Scary Terry back, bro. If they're gonna end up keeping you until you fall off the books next year, I just need you to do what I know you can do. Ain't no doubt about it. I know you can do it, but you know, if the investigation is what's causing you, man, then I'm hoping that they, you know, don't nobody want them, bro.
No, ain't nobody want that.
Don't nobody want them, bro. We
The Heat
can't,
don't want
man.
them.
Even people who want the money off their book, bro. You know, anybody who got expiring contract, you could get rid of them just like that, bro.
Right. Right.
Don't nobody want him, bro.
Yeah, y'all got that fella I like. Y'all got Davion Mitchell, man. I like
Oh
him.
yeah, oh Beast, we just signed him. Yeah, we signed him back. We extended him. So
Yeah, I like
it's
him.
Lawson playing, Jovic, 6'11", he killing. Khalil Ware, man. Wiggins, I need Wiggins to be. I just need him to be focused. I don't worry about his game. But
Right.
Wiggins always had that mental breakdown.
Right.
Caused his
the athleticism ain't a question.
Nothing about his game is a question.
Nothing.
But his mental state is what gets in his way. Whatever personal mess that goes on at home.
Yeah.
He always
Some people just like that though, man.
Yeah.
Some people just like that. Like, you know.
So I'm looking at us, bro. I'm looking at us pretty good, boy. I'm feeling good.
Right? Any cheap? Any cheap?
Yeah, well, you know, we just switched them with Jimmy. They pretty much got the we got him and Davion Mitchell. Yeah. So basically all we did was with
Yeah, I think y'all gonna make some noise. Now, I don't think y'all gonna be as good as the Knicks, but I think y'all gonna make some serious noise because Eric Spoelstra is voodoo, bro. We already know that. He could take anybody and basically win with them or be competitive with them. Right.
But
and then they say the East is down. I don't think the East is down.
Man, you know the sad part about this, man. And they do this shit every year. There ain't no more coming from ESPN. There's only 2 goddamn players hurt, bro.
Right.
Oliver and damn Tatum. So that mean the whole East down?
No.
I just hate the disrespect, bro. I hate the disrespect. I'm being real with you. I just hate the disrespect of the East, man. And they do this every time. Only two players injured, bro.
Right.
Only 2 players injured.
Right.
Damn, so them 2 players caused the East to be weak and open. And stop this foolishness, man. Stop this foolishness, man. I ain't. But that's what they do. That's what they do.
So I think there is a pathway, though. I think there's a pathway for teams that are ready to win.
Yeah.
Right. I think there's because the healthy teams is not good. I ain't worried about if you healthy and your team trash. I ain't really worried about them. Right. I'm worried about our traditional rivals like Boston and Indiana. See, them are traditional rivals. You know what I'm saying? So if they got somebody hurt, then that help us because we otherwise like Indiana, we should have beat Indiana, man. Our coach, I don't know, you know, like some coaches try to be too. He tried to be Bobby Knight out there, bro. He ain't no Bobby Knight.
Yeah, Boston, I see them playing. I don't know. Now they could. I just don't see. They done got rid of the juggernaut. You got Tatum out, then you got rid of Drew Holiday. Now Porzingis never really, but he did help you a little bit.
Right.
You got rid of Porzingis. I don't see. Look, Brown ain't gonna be. I don't see Brown carrying nothing, bro. I don't see Brown. I don't see them guys carrying nothing. So even with Tatum, I never worried about him. Now that Tatum gone, and then you got Drew Holiday, your defensive juggernaut gone. I don't know. I just don't see them. Boston. I don't.
Y'all always had their number for some reason, man.
Yeah.
Always had their number.
Yeah, and that's with Tatum.
Yeah, that's with Tatum. I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Y'all be having. I'm gonna say hello to everybody, man. Hey, Cash, what's good? Hey, Fritz, what's good, bro?
What's good? What's good,
Hey,
man?
what's going on?
Salute to everyone.
Yeah, man. This the big homie, Big Tone in the building, hanging out with us. That's my guy, man. He having a rough time, man, because them Heat was down. Them Dolphins look like they ain't gonna do nothing, and them Marlins, man.
Well, Dolphins. I've been as long as we got Tua, bro. It ain't happening. As long as we got Tua, ain't nothing. Definitely ain't nothing happening.
Come on.
I'm not playing. I'm not playing with it. As long as we got that candy on bum, ain't nothing happening, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey, I'm 57 years in with
you breathe on it wrong, you don't get a concussion, bro. Once those kick in, you're done.
I'm telling you, man. I'm 57 years in with golf. I already know, bro. He not
it's a shame,
bro.
You know. He has the talent to maybe do it a little bit, but
he don't look. We got two of the fastest receivers, bro, in the NFL.
Yeah.
And every time this boy throw the ball, they got to come back 2 yards, damn near 3 yards.
You need one of them guys, one of them gunslingers that can chuck it down the field.
You can't do nothing with that, bro. And that's why Hill was ready to put himself on, ready to ask for the trade.
Right.
You can't keep doing that, bro. Hey man, until they get rid of him, man, I already know. So can't nobody argue me about with Dolphins, because I'm agree with everything you say. So you ain't gonna be able to get no argument without about the Dolphins, because I'm already there with them.
Me too with the Bears. I'm there with the Bears already. It don't matter what you say with the Bears, bro. I already know.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna make me feel bad about the Bears. I already.
I think Jameis Winston deserves a chance, bro. I should pick him up, bro.
That's just it, bro.
He deserves a team. That dude.
Yeah.
Like he can throw that. He's thrown for 5,000 yards in a season.
Yeah, he can throw it.
Chuck it.
Yeah, man. Hey, Coach, while we got Big Tone here, I wanted to ask y'all this. I'm gonna get back to the basketball thing, but since I got football people here, I just want to ask this question real quick. Can y'all settle the conversation just real quick on who the greatest quarterback of all time is? Can somebody just tell me that, to be honest?
Peyton Manning.
All
right, now
hold on.
Before
are y'all doing this based on because they won a championship, or you being honest based on the talent and
I think overall, like if you want to talk about overall, because there's more arm talent's one thing. Then like decision making is another section, leadership's another section, but to me, you can't.
Thank you, Karen.
You can't discredit Tom Brady, bro. He's all the above.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Yes, you can discredit. Tom Brady ain't gonna tie Dan Marino's shoes, homie. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Bro, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that.
Teams win championships. Not just quarterbacks.
Right. And you not bro. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody touching Dan, bro.
Besides when Randy Moss was there and they ran the table on the whole league and set every record in the book, name one receiver that's even sniffing the Hall of Fame that he threw to.
Who? Brady?
Tom Brady.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Name one.
Mike on Tampa. That's about it.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, but
Gronkowski. Like,
I ain't gonna front. I think the most talented quarterback that I've ever seen is Dan Marino.
Yeah,
I think that's the most talented dude I've ever seen.
I'm not saying,
as far as arm talent, because he's a supercomputer upstairs. But he had a strong arm, and he's so accurate, bro. Like the dude, and this, if Dan Marino was 24, he'd be throwing for 77% against his defense, bro. This would have been throwing for 80% completion in this era if he played today. Because he took dudes. Yeah, he took dudes.
On this dude was so quick. I'm telling you, the linebackers, when they did interviews, they used to literally say, "I hate this MF, bro.
Yeah,
I hate this." He just and he couldn't run, so you can't put on run. That dude, Dan Marino might have go 1 mile an hour, bro.
Oh, he only had a 59% completion percentage for his career. That ain't much in today's standards.
You talk about in the greatest era of defensive backs.
I greatest say, bro.
What?
Yeah.
Bro. Come on, man.
Do y'all understand?
You can't talk like some young buck. I wasn't there. I was there. I get it. He's pretty good.
You young buck, but you can't. See, this is the problem I had even with the young guys when I be on my stream. They try to do today era against yesterday era. Do you understand that when Dan came in '83, they still the defensive back could punch you in your mouth all the way down the field until the ball was in the air.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That's a difference.
And they still threw it 600 times a game back then.
In today's game, you can't even touch these.
You can't even breathe on them.
Come on, man. Y'all got to know the difference.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. Here's the other thing too. Here go the other thing too. Right? Their stats now are inflated now.
Right.
Because there's a 25 second clock. Back then, it was a 45-second clock. Right? It was a 45-second time clock where you could get a play in. Now, since they went to the headsets, it's 25 seconds. Right? That means you were getting less plays per game back then, and this dude was still throwing for 4,000 yards to dudes that couldn't even catch.
Come on, bro. But I mean, to each his own. You got your opinion. Everybody got their quarterback. But Dan Marino go forever. Now, I blame Don Shula for never ever putting a defense around him like he did in the 70s with Bob Greason. I blame Don Shula because Dan gonna get you 40, but what the hell good is it getting 40 and your damn opponent scoring 43, 45?
Right. And one of the other things too, people forget that Dan Marino don't have as many wins because he played in an era where the Buffalo Bills starting in when did Marv Levy get there? In 88?
Marino was already towards the end by the time the Bills were winning. Come on.
Man,
the rest of that division was trash.
He was 27. This dude was 27 when Marv Levy took over the Bills, bro. This dude was 27 years old.
You guys are talking about how the DBs were more rough and they can manhandle them. They got these DBs today been training to defend the pass since they can walk.
Right.
Okay? These guys are so much more skilled today at defending the pass because they can't touch them. I don't even want to hear it. Them dudes back then were like,
you understand?
They had dudes in the wide receiver in a 3-point stance. Come on, man.
Right. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, Coach, do you understand if Cliff Branch, who ran a 4-1 back then in the 70s, do you understand if he was playing today, he probably would average 7 goddamn touchdowns? Because you can't touch him.
Well, that 4-1 that was clocked back then. If they put it on a computer, it would be a 4-4.
Yeah, it's like a 4-4.
Man.
No.
Do you know how fast the 4-1 is?
Bro,
that's literally
not that fast, bro.
Do you understand the 4-1, bro?
I do.
But okay, let's just do it. He ran that fast back then. And you could punch him in his mouth literally all the way down the field until the ball, and he's still in the Hall of Fame.
He's still in the Hall of Fame, bro.
What do you think a Cliff Branch would do today with that same skill set, with that same speed, and can't nobody touch him?
What if Randy Moss was in his prime right now? If Randy Moss was in his prime right now, they'd do the 2,500 yards.
Come on, bro. Y'all not looking. See that? And I say it again, and I'll let y'all go. This is why on my channel, I don't do that today and old school. I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Now, they're up in arms because Ty Lue told the boy on Shay, the Shannon Sharp, that, man, if Michael Jordan was playing today, Michael Jordan would average 45, 50 points a game. And boy, they are going crazy on social media because he's telling the truth. Why? Because like Ty Lue said, and he played in both eras, like Ty Lue said, first of all, if you look at him today, they call it fact.
Yeah.
Ty Lue wouldn't even make a team today. I don't want to hear that crap.
He still know the game.
He didn't play in today. He didn't play in today's era. Today's era started about 10, 15 years ago.
It don't make no difference. He know the game. So when you play,
Michael Jordan would be good, but he'd be just another dude, bro.
A person like Michael Jordan, bro, you know the game.
These athletes are on another level, bro.
This soft, low, and his words, not mine. This soft, low IQ game, guys today. Now this is what Ty Lue said. Michael Jordan would kill these guys today. Hell,
I don't know about that one. He would score. He would lose. He would score, but he would lose.
But
he would Russell Westbrook.
Michael Jordan would be James Harden.
Listen,
Russell Westbrook.
Listen,
Michael Jordan.
He didn't say if he will win or not. He said what the average point that he said. Anybody? He ain't said nothing. They didn't ask him about if Michael Jordan will win or whatever, team ball or nothing.
I hope he worked on his 3-pointers.
Individual ISO. If Michael Jordan was playing today, he would score 45, 50 points a game.
I'll chime in on this.
If he works on his threes.
Hold on, Coach. I'll chime in on this. I think he would be what SGA is, but with elite athleticism, so he would average 35, 36. Now, we talk about guys that average, the last guy to average a ton of points was James Harden. He was in the 36 range. When James Harden averaged 36, he shot 13 threes a game and shot 11 free throws a game. Do you know how hard it is to actually get that many shots up to score 40 if you're not taking a bunch of threes and free throws?
Yeah.
Hold on for a minute.
Like I understand the point. Like Michael Jordan would literally have to take 28 shots a game, and nobody is taking more than 24 in like 30 years.
Hold on. Listen to what you're saying. James Harden shooting three. Michael Jordan was averaging 30 plus points going in the hole without shooting three.
And I'm telling you, he's shooting threes and getting free throws. He shot 11 free throws a game and took 13 threes a game and only got to 36.
Nephew, you making my point. Because all you had, that phony ass scoop up that James Harden was doing, why you think they changed it? That shit was garbage he was doing.
Yeah, that's why they changed the rule.
Come on, man.
It could be garbage, but he still only got 36 points a game with 11 free throws and 13 threes a game.
The Bulls couldn't afford to make that team nowadays with the second apron. I'll tell you that.
Well, let me ask y'all this: what defensive power forward center combo in today's game is going to stop Jordan from getting to the basket?
Good one.
No, it would have to be a team game. It would.
You'd have to load up.
You're telling me you have to guard Jordan one-on-one?
You'd load up.
Why not?
Who gonna guard Jordan one-on-one, Coach? Stop it, man.
I think OG can defend him.
All right, bro. I ain't even gonna do this, man. I'm not gonna do this.
Hey, I ain't gonna sit here and suck Michael Jordan's thing, bro. I'll never give that man all the credit that he was giving, bro.
Hey, nephew, I'm not gonna do this, man.
I am gonna do it. The dude was overhyped, bro. Come on, man. He lost more than he won. How about all them years he didn't win shit? He didn't win nothing. He got bounced from the playoffs. They acting like he was the Messiah the minute he walked in the league when he wasn't.
He wasn't the Messiah. So who changed the game? Because last time I checked,
Jordan
and
Magic Johnson and Bird,
international
changed
people,
the game.
International people wasn't even watching Magic Johnson.
Jordan
and international people wasn't even watching Magic Johnson. Even when Michael Jordan was losing. Even when Michael Jordan was losing.
The Bulls were the 2 seed when he retired.
He changed the game so much that even 30 years out of the game, everything he touched still is number one.
Okay, that's nice. He's
a
good advertiser. I get it.
That's GOAT. That's what you call simply GOAT.
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know about
the
that.
The Bulls won 57 games when he retired, bro.
Right. And the 3-point line was...
What do you mean you don't care?
The 3-point...
You acting like he didn't have help. Like he did it himself? Come on.
Well, y'all saying Jordan wasn't gonna take threes and the 3-point line was a foot deeper? Like, what is it, like 18 inches?
If you say
back?
that, what about Pistol Pete or Larry Bird?
Whoa, Freezy. Jordan's best year from three was when the 3-point line was pushed in a foot, and then they pushed it back after, and then his 3-point percentage just went down.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Jordan didn't even really
you know,
shoot
thank
threes.
you, Dre. I appreciate that. You said when the line was in, Jordan shot better, right?
Yeah.
And the line is in right now, right?
No, it's not. They pushed it back, and then they left it at 23-6. They left it after they pushed it back.
Always at 23-6, bro.
No, it wasn't. It was at 23-6, and they pushed it in. Then they pushed it back again, and then they left it.
That's not even what Jordan did. He didn't even shoot three.
Yeah,
well, I'm not even.
98% of his points came bullying down low, taking down low.
I'm not even disagreeing with the concept of Michael Jordan dominating. Michael Jordan would dominate in any era. My point is, bro, he's going to average 35, 36. The 40, 45 is just you know how hard that is?
That's just old heads beefing up their time, bro. They always do it. Every era does it.
The center can't even stand in the middle today. Man, Jordan would kill. I ain't do it, but okay.
Bro, I'm saying.
What are you talking? They weren't allowed to play zone back then. They had to play man. What you talking about?
They wouldn't.
Now they're allowed to play zone.
They wouldn't allow them to
even though they was playing man, the center could stand in the middle of the.
No, he couldn't. They still had 3 seconds. You couldn't just stand there. They had to peel off their guy because the centers couldn't fucking shoot back then.
He's talking about the illegal defense thing they would call on a center.
No, I get that, but the centers they don't just stand like they can shoot threes now, so they ain't just gonna.
Hey, Dre,
you know
let me ask you this: Are we saying that if Michael Jordan was a pick and roll handler, he would not average 40+ points a game?
I'm saying SGA averages 30. MJ would average 36.
Why don't they run the triangle offense anymore anywhere?
But
how come it don't work?
Again, low IQ. That's why. Low IQ. Because they don't know nothing about no damn triangle today. Low IQ. That's why.
And now low IQ.
And the pick and roll offense is easier. You don't need to do personnel. You just get a bunch. All you need really is 2 dudes and some shooters.
Look, I'm not saying Michael Jordan isn't the GOAT, one of the 1 or 2 best players ever, but all this stroking him and saying he'd be averaging 45, 50, bro, get the hell out of here. No, we wouldn't.
Okay, let's not say Michael Jordan. Allen Iverson would average 40 points with these bum ass.
No, he wouldn't, because he can't shoot. He can't shoot threes.
What the hell are you talking about, man?
Hey, AI was different, bro.
You been an elder coach.
AI was the definition of
he can't shoot threes.
Man, don't nobody care about no threes.
I don't either, but I'm being realistic. I adapted to the times. That's how it is, bro.
Kareem
you got to shoot the three.
He was the all-time leading scorer for a long time, bro.
Who?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem shot all three,
and he didn't.
Kareem shot 1 3 in his entire 20-year career.
I get that because that's the way the league was then, but now the league ain't like that.
That's the point that I'm getting. That's the point that I'm getting at.
The league has evolved. The league is evolved.
You think you don't think there's guys that are athletic enough and physical enough? Like there's a guy. What's his name again? Oh yeah, LeBron James.
That pussy ass man.
He can go to the rim whenever he wants. Does he do that? No.
Man, get out of here, man. He don't even bully.
And that shows right there how biased you are. That if you saying that LeBron is a pussy or he's soft or he's get the hell out of here. LeBron is 10 times the athlete in size Jordan was.
The athletes now are better and more athletic. In my mind, I saw guys be more athletic than 90% of the dudes in the league right now. Right? The dudes in the league right now, they might be athletic, but they're skillful. Dudes back then that were athletic, you talking David Thompson? He used to walk on air. David Thompson, bro?
Do yourself a favor and watch an old game again. That is the ugliest basketball I've ever seen in my life, bro. When I go back and watch 90s basketball, these dudes look like they're playing at AAU, bro.
But coach, that's just it. That was basketball.
Right.
That's how you play.
I understand. I was there, bro.
And LeBron, if they had to play that shit, they wouldn't.
Yeah, the basketball today is so soft, man. Man, like legit.
I'm just not gonna
I
sound
remember
like this
when
sour
Iman
old
Shumpert
head
fouled-
and be like, "All the back then was better," when it wasn't.
When Iman Shumpert fouled Paul George for the Pacers in the playoffs, when Iman Shumpert put a finger by Paul George and they gave Paul George 3 free throws.
Exactly.
I was like, this got to be the softest era of basketball I've ever
Case
seen.
closed. Right
you
there.
Freezy, you gonna say that when we know you and I know how they called for Michael Jordan. I ain't trying to hear that, Freezy. You know how they held them ticky tack Michael Jordan his entire career.
One foul out.
Do you understand the
No. See, but the thing is where the separation is Jordan and Olajuwon they owned the whistle. The rest of the league didn't own it. You had to have no blood, no foul. Back then, Olajuwon and Jordan, sure they got the whistle. SGA got the whistle all the way to the MVP. Even in the finals, the dude stood with his hands up and didn't even brush SGA, and they still called a foul. He looked at his coach like, "What you want me to do?" The people in the booth announcing the game is like, "I didn't see the foul there, but SGA is a technician with drawing fouls." What does that mean? That's not even basketball, and y'all know this.
We can be egregious about the SGA thing. You know SGA is probably the best mid-range shooter since Jordan, right? Like volume and all. He is better than Kobe at mid-range shooting. Like the only player I've ever seen in my life that was better at taking mid-range jumpers consistently on high volume against loaded up defenses is Michael Jordan. That's it. And SGA is in the next tier.
See, my problem is,
I mean, DeRozan's pretty good at the mid-range.
I only got one problem.
Yeah, Paul Pierce.
DeRozan ain't never averaged 30 in his career. Ever.
I only got one problem. Is when you try to put SGA as a whole. Say in his era, he is the greatest, or whatever you want to put him in this era.
Today, yeah. It is.
I only had one argument with these YNs and young guys.
Right today,
this to broad brush the entire NBA experience. You can't do that. It was different. Lambeer was literally elbowing niggas in the jail come down there.
Every time, too, by the way.
Every time. And they would look at the ref, and ref would literally tell shut the hell up and play ball.
Shoot your free throw.
You tell me SGA and them could handle that?
And I'll tell you this. If Lambeer played today, they would put that man in pick and roll 50 times a game, and he would foul out in 5 minutes.
Right. That's it. You've proven our point, nephew.
But that's what goons do when they don't have skill. They resort to physical tactics. No, look what happened. Look what happened to Houston. Houston tried being physical and with goonery, and they lost. Detroit tried being physical with goonery, and they lost. The Knicks tried being physical with goonery in the 90s, and we lost. It doesn't translate anymore, bro.
That's what you do when you are in that era. Goons is what they look for. Big men is what they look for.
Right.
7-foot guys didn't take his stinking ass out into no perimeter and shoot no damn three. That was that. In our basketball, your ass would be on the bench if you call yourself 7 foot and shooting out at the goddamn perimeter.
I get it. I don't like the whole 3-point mindset either. Too much.
Is the best. If you're gonna say LeBron is the best, or these people stay in their era, that's respectable. Because if you say broad brush, I don't give a damn what no front painful ass media say. You disrespecting the game. You disrespecting the Oscar Robertson, the Earl of Pearl Monroe, the Iceman.
Elgin Baylor. Come on, man.
You don't think it's disrespectful to the game to just resort to physical tactics because you have no skill?
You disrespecting them when you said SGA is the great in this.
I didn't say SGA is the great nothing.
No. I'm not saying you listen.
Yeah.
I'm saying the Lions and all them. They do it as a whole. And that's the only problem I had. As a whole. Instead of just saying in this era, then you can put LeBron, you can put SGA, you can put all these people.
You know why SJ averages that much and shoots that much? Because they don't have a second guy that's a real go. Williams is a nice player. He's coming up, but he ain't no like knockdown scorer yet. They ain't got a second scorer on that team.
That's true.
They surrounded him with a lot of great like defensive players,
complimentary players,
and complimentary players.
That's true.
Kudos to them.
Yeah,
they hit in the draft, but they just spent over $750 million to lock down those three dudes.
H.R.M. don't talk about dirty because your punk ass Josh Hart don't y'all Knicks the last people talk about dirty. Just leave that alone, nephew. Leave that shit alone. Don't talk about dirty. Josh Hart is a punk ass dirty.
I'm just saying, like, they spent $800 billion on these three dudes. They ain't gonna be able to keep all them other kids, like that bench. So, like, eventually we got to see. That's to be continued.
They're gonna hit their ceiling.
You know what I'm saying?
But to me, to be absolutely honest, whatever is the top 10, 15 players in any era, they'll be able to function and thrive. It's the back end. It's the players. It's the players that are the role players that got better year over year, or they changed in style. But the top 10, the elite, a top 10 player in the 80s gonna dominate anywhere. A top 10 player in the 90s gonna dominate anywhere. A top 10 player in the 2000s gonna dominate anywhere. To me, anyway, a top 10 player in the 1960s is gonna figure out a way to.
You talking about Wilt Chamberlain? Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain.
Besides Wilt Chamberlain, you can go scale down to the players. Will is far away.
No, but the thing is, like even Patrick Ewing. If Patrick Ewing came up in today's NBA, he actually had a shot. He could shoot. He would have started, learning and picking up the three, but he didn't work on that because that's not what the center needed to do back then. Right. But Ewing had the skill where he can actually shoot mid range, like when he played.
Hold on for a minute. I ain't mean bring this over. Hey, HRM, your punk ass. Pay me my money. I knew your goddamn. You ain't even changed your. Pay my $100, your punk ass. I'm sorry, nephew. Boy, HRM, pay my $100, boy.
But the thing, I wouldn't doubt Jordan would. Yeah, he probably averaged 35, 36, but he would be averaging
45,
like 10 assists. Because there's dudes today that are averaging that, and like the Lukas and Jokic and them dudes are averaging 10 assists still too.
That's why I don't like hypotheticals too. We'll never know. I just don't.
I'm gonna say, bro, these dudes can't guard Elgin Baylor. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no disrespect, but a guy like Elgin Baylor,
hold on,
Elgin Baylor was a 6'5" power forward.
Ain't none of these bums guarding Earl the Pearl Monroe. That's my goat. I'm giving you my goat. Ain't none of these bums guarding no Earl the Pearl Monroe. I said it, and I'm standing 10 toes down.
And I'm saying, look at some of these rosters. Look at their 6th, 7th best player. And then compare it to like the contenders now, bro. Their role players are absolutely terrible and would not function in today's game. Whereas a lot of role players would probably have an outsized role in a different era, like as far as scoring, because the game advanced like any other sport.
I just think y'all are underselling evolution and modern athletes, what they can really do, size, speed, and all that. Y'all are underselling that too much. Because you could put Brian Scalabrine in the 60s and 70s, and he'd be the GOAT. Okay? The White Mamba would play in the 60s and 70s, and he'd be the GOAT. He would dominate. I'm just being real. It's just science.
Ain't nobody in no 50s and 60s.
It's physics, bro, and science.
Come on, man. Stop. Coach.
I mean, come on,
Stop,
man.
Coach.
Come on,
Stop, Coach.
Dude,
Stop,
the
Coach.
reason why Bill Russell can do what he did at 6'9", because the only other big dudes in the NBA were Wilt Chamberlain, maybe one or two other dudes. There was 12 teams in the NBA. Get the hell out of here.
That's why I don't put them.
Be realistic.
That's why we always say you gotta go. You can't really go with no 60s and beyond. I don't do. That's why we say pretty
like
much
Jerry West,
80s and 90s.
The logo was skilled as hell. If they had a 3-point line back then, he probably would have averaged 30.
He probably would have shot 55% from 3.
I mean, that dude, he was different.
And one of the other things about Jerry West too, that man, before they started recording steals, Jerry West used to get 5 steals a game. Before they started recording, they started recording steals because of Jerry West.
Because they had dudes that couldn't even dribble with their left hand back then. They used to dribble in a circle with their right hand.
But that's not Jerry West's fault, bro.
No, I know. I get that.
That's not Jerry West's fault. Jerry West was playing within the rules against the athletes that was out there on the floor.
The elite will be the elite, and they'll adjust.
And who was supposed to be a professional, so he only played within
the elite. The elite will always be the elite, and they'll adjust. It's the role players and the fringe players that have changed to me, anyway.
But Dre, I feel you. I feel like when y'all say that, bro, but y'all be forgetting about dudes like Hal Greer, like the scoring guard for the Sixers that played with Wilt Chamberlain in the '60s. That dude was a Devin Booker. If you think about who Devin Booker would be back in the '60s, it'll be Hal Greer. Right? When you start thinking about the point guard that Washington had, I forget the one that after we traded for Pearl Monroe, the point guard there, bro, that dude could average 35 in this game. They made him pass the ball. He was a scoring guard. If he played today,
you said a Hall of Famer would be compared to Devin Booker? Yeah, because he's a Hall of Famer. Of course, you said he's a Hall of Famer.
But the point I'm making there is if you don't know who these people are, you can't assume they never existed. That's what I'm saying. Like Hal Greer was a bro.
Are we gonna forget the
he couldn't even make an NBA team nowadays?
Are we gonna forget Dr. J and what he would do today?
No, we ain't forgetting that. No, we're not forgetting.
Bro, his skills like translate like what he did to them, to that group then. He couldn't do that stuff to today's athletes.
Coach, you tell me Hal Greer can't shoot in today's day. He can shoot back then, but he wouldn't be able to shoot now.
You have to take into account strength and training, conditioning.
Bro, if he would get just.
You saying back in the day he wouldn't be able to shoot?
I don't think it would translate.
Hal Greer was a bucket, dog. We got to give these people their credit. Bob McAdoo in today's game.
It ain't like he was like.
Oh my God, we ain't even.
There's nothing you can even do about like. And it's not like he was
Pistol Pete Maravich.
Yeah, like the Pistol Pete, that dude could play today for sure. Imagine how many, but he wasn't jacking up deep threes like that.
Coach, because threes didn't exist. Because I'm assuming that you're not telling me. that dudes wasn't taking shots from 24 feet back then. I'm hoping that's what you're not telling me. I hope you're telling me that's not what
people shot from that deep, but it only counted as 2.
But it counted as 2. But they still had the ability to shoot, Coach. That's what I'm saying.
I just don't think he would get his shot off like he did back then. Nowadays.
Hey man, I'm in my upper 50s, and what I'm gonna say is that the NBA now is more. I
got one player who played.
Everybody that earned a spot in the NBA was a quality NBA player back then because you had less teams. Now you have double the amount of teams, and some of these dudes, I heard y'all out of your own mouth say that these dudes are not NBA players. I heard it. I've been around y'all for too long for y'all to say that y'all didn't say it.
Yeah.
How many times I heard y'all criticize Jericho Sims?
Well, Jericho Sims would have been a Hall of Famer if he played in the 60s and 70s. He would have. All he would have to do is stand on the block and drop, step, and dunk every time. No one could stop. There's only 2 dudes in the league back then that could block a shot and stop him. Was Russell and Chamberlain.
Right. Kareem played in the 60s. Yeah.
And then when Lou Alcindor came to town.
Yeah.
All right, I have this. Now I'm going to this player I'm thinking about when you guys talking about errors and the perspective of how they would look today. Of how we would view them if they played in today's game. I don't know how familiar you guys are with this player. His name was Downtown Freddie Brown from the Seattle Supersonics. Now, all of his shots would have come from the three-point line in today's game. So now, how would he fit into everything that has been spoken about?
Dennis Johnson.
What would have been the perspective of him? Because that's all he shot. That's why he was called downtown. Now, us old heads that's on the panel, we know. You should know.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up. Look at the tape where he was shooting from. In today's game, they would have been all threes. But back because he played in the era he played, it only counted as two.
Hey, Cash, you remember when they made up the term, you got to guard him from the bus? He can shoot as soon as he you got to guard him as soon as he step on the floor. Downtown, this is what I'm saying. Some of these names, we forget about some of these people, bro. We would
have looked at him in today's game. It's totally different. He would be like, I would think like a 3-point specialist. Like he would be like a hired gun. Would he be? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say he wouldn't be no better than Anthony Simons, man. What are we talking about? Anthony Simons would look like a god out there, and he's up here looking like a nobody that he's getting traded around and flipped around for nothing.
Now I don't know how he would have fared defensively. I think Freddie Brown was about 6.
If I ran what I ran
6'4",
in the 100,
I think roughly, but he could shoot.
In the early 1900s Olympics, I would have won the 100 with what I ran in high school. Like that's what this kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, just guys are just all around better athletes. Bro.
Coach,
this whole comparing eras, you just can't do it.
I feel you, right? But you forgetting about guys like Phil Chenier, right? Phil Chenier was a bucket getter for the Washington Bullets back in the day. You couldn't stop him, bro. Clyde Frazier was like, yo, this dude is just too tough to guard, bro. And Clyde Frazier was the defender.
Just for the record, I was blessed to be down there at the Baltimore Civic Center a couple games. And just, you understand? We used to have regular bus trips, man. Baltimore coats and Bullets, man. See, we did.
Imagine Rick Barry was able to play nowadays.
But I get it. I get what y'all saying. Like technology now has made these players
more
modern strength and conditioning, dieting,
all of that stuff. I get it. But what happens if you take Michael Jordan out of that era and have him play today? Would he still get the old school diet and training, or would he get the same advantage these guys get?
Ironically, Freezy, he was one of the pioneers. He was one of the first ones to start doing strength and conditioning.
He started lifting when Detroit was whooping his ass. He started lifting.
That's how he got by the Pistons. He started working on core strength and dexterity and fluidity.
Man, I gotta get some padding. These dudes are killing me, bro.
Right. Well, he was the
What did Daryl Dawkins work out?
Yeah, what I'm saying is Michael Jordan was the one that publicized what he was doing. Like, dude was doing this stuff, but Bernard King did it to come back.
Well, there were certain players.
The field. That was natural.
Well, certain players actually did it back then. Like, for instance, Walt Clyde was doing yoga and core training. What's his name? Lou Cinder was doing all of that stuff before it was in vogue, and that's part of the reason why they were probably dominant and elite and consistent the entire time.
And could stay healthy.
Yeah,
and let's not give the NBA a pass on this, because we've done it for years and years and years. Every sport in God's green earth during that certain era, the steroid era, was getting looked at. You mean to tell me that some of them NBA dudes weren't juicing too? Come on, man. Some of them dudes were doing. Yeah, they were doing it to recover and stuff.
They had. See, here's the difference. They had to juice. Because they was taking cocaine and they was drinking, they was going.
They was high.
No, they had to. No, coach. Them boys were doing cocaine, crack. They was doing everything back then.
At halftime, they was smoking cigarettes, bro. Yeah. Dude was lighting a cigarette going into halftime.
Oh, yeah, no, they ain't had to, they had to do no stuff.
You saying that at halftime they were smoking cigarettes and opening up a Bud Light?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eating sandwiches? Eating ham sandwiches.
Man, these boys was doing, man, please. And when they left the game, they had to go work.
Yes.
They went 9 to 5.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Man, listen, man.
No, I was talking about the 80s and the late 80s, early 90s dudes.
Well, the 80s they were just doing drugs. They was making, the equivalent of a couple dollars in the 80s. but they still was, you know, they was drinking,
Yeah,
man.
well,
They was just doing a lot of stuff, man. Back, you know,
but they were definitely
start
doing.
cleaning
There
up
was
in the
steroids
90s,
going
so-
on too, though. Is what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
they didn't test for in the NBA.
Right. They actually they couldn't afford it because it wouldn't be no NBA.
Yeah.
Nah,
they weren't making a lot of money neither.
Because there ain't no way all them as physical of a like we talking about the softness and the players today are soft. That's why they don't play. Well, because they get tested for performance enhancements.
Right.
Back then, you mean to tell me all of a sudden all them athletes in that rough game they played then they could play 82 games still without no chemical help?
Right.
I mean,
you know they was taking some stuff, bro.
I'm looking at LeBron James right now, bro, in this era.
It's suspect.
I'm not discrediting. I mean,
it's suspect.
But the thing is, if he wasn't like a physical freak phenom coming in, I would like.
But he wasn't. Look at the 2015 picture. He wasn't,
bro.
LeBron was not just. LeBron was not just cut when he came in.
But you get that grown man build on top of you, bro. Everyone has that different look in the face, you know. But he was still 6'8", you know, 215, 230 pounds coming in.
Right.
It ain't like he was some like little skinny thing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I'm not doubting there's some loopholes that he found to take stuff to recover and all that stuff.
Look, man, when you work for $1 billion, you got the doctors to find a whole lot of loopholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, let me ask y'all something. Because you know, me and my son was talking about that, and I was telling him when I was playing high school ball and we was coming up and everything. Now, we didn't have the shoe technology. Y'all know, in the old school, we had Chuck there.
Oh, yeah, I was playing in them flat chucks.
Stuff, right? Now, in my day, coming up, 70s, 80s, when we played ball, not near player on that court, our team, opponents, whatever, we never ever played in low top shoes.
Bam.
Yep.
We never ever played.
Yeah.
And this is the problem. And with the technology today, because I start wondering, hold on, man, it's too many Achilles, it's too many ankles. And then I start looking at all these guys with all these Achilles and all that injuries. Every last one of them got low top shoes. I'm like, bro.
I'll attribute it. I think some of it is the low tops. I think players are overtraining and they're not doing other sports and other things to have their body ready to react to things that are just abnormal. Like, for instance, every time you've seen these guys tear their Achilles, they're doing that step back, they're pushing off of their back foot.
All kind of snatch moves. Them snatch moves.
And those moves were not taught in basketball in the 80s, 90s.
You never go backwards.
Hold on, young man. Hold on.
I'm telling you, them pump fakes, you put your foot back to push off to accelerate. You didn't do that back then.
Nephew, you're talking to a point guard shooting guard, bro. I did all that in the 70s and 80s.
You ain't do it 30, 40 times a game.
No, ain't nobody did it. No,
I didn't do it 30, 40 times.
But if you watch Jason Tatum play, he does it 30, 40 times a game.
I think you're making my point. Because if 30, 40 times, then right there with no protection on your ankle and your Achilles, of course it's going to eventually tear. Now, what if you do it 30, 40 times, especially, we talking about these shoes today, bro. We talking about the technology in these shoes today. What if you had high top to protect that Achilles and that ankle?
Yeah.
What is the percentage of you tearing your Achilles and what you call your ankles doing it?
If players are going to wear low top shoes today, and if I was coaching a team, everybody on the team would have to take ballet. Not to do the dance.
For flexibility.
But if you know anything about ballet, it talks about flexibility, foot placement. I mean, yoga probably has some things too, because I don't know a whole lot about yoga. So I can't speak specifically on yoga, but I know in ballet because I know my daughter did ballet. It helps to strengthen. You know, when they turn their foot, you see how when you watch their footwork
Exactly.
and how they're trained. That's if they're going to continue to wear low top shoes. I would require that as necessary. That or yoga. I know some things in yoga, but I'm with my man. I'm old school. We from the same area, same
Right.
era, bro. You
Yeah.
know, because I played football. I was in basketball. And I played football. And we wore high top shoes.
High top. Exactly.
My whole career, I wore high top shoes, high top spike
Exactly.
shoes.
Because you protect that ankle and them Achilles.
Nah,
man.
they
I had my ankles taped. Everything
debunked
was
that.
taped.
They debunked that argument, bro.
Yeah, I know they don't tape anymore. But
No, I'm just
what
saying the high tops ain't gonna prevent an Achilles tear or ankle sprain. It's just not.
Well, we're not saying preventing.
No, you're right. I agree with you, Coach. It's not going to prevent it. But the yoga or the ballet
No flexibility, 100%.
gives the flexibility in the foot to help it deal with the stress that's going to be put on that when they make certain moves.
If you look at today, because I've coached for a long time, like younger athletes all the way through older athletes, and generationally, today's athlete just coming out of childhood, basic childhood, are, I don't know if it's 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, they are less flexible in the ankle and lower leg area than they were back when we were kids, because this is why they don't play outside.
They don't cross train.
When and it's not that. I'm talking about the regular outside. How many times when you were a kid were you playing outside, running around in the yard, uneven surfaces, you tweak your ankle, you overextended your toe, your knee, your ankle. Like over time, like you have a certain ankle flexibility because of that. That happens just from everyday playing.
You talking about elasticity?
Yeah, like flexibility in general.
Okay, I think I see where you're going with this.
And what happens is, we started a program at my, and a lot of, they have these coaches clinics all the time, like in Orlando and Tampa and all these areas. And I did a presentation with a coach that was on the forefront of this idea in football, that there was a certain flexibility standard when we went into spring camp for the football team. You were not allowed to start practice until you passed the flexibility test, like in the weight room. And we found out that if all 5 of us, considering we're all older except for Dre, he's a little younger than we are, if our old big asses squatted from standing like this, and we squat down, and haven't been athletes for a long time, and we would squat to a squatting position, our heels would not rise from the ground. They would stay on the ground because we were just brought up with a certain flexibility in our ankles that today's kids don't. And I found that these young kids today, and even when I made my son work on it, he wasn't as flexible as like even I was. Most of these kids, when they get down in a squatting position, their heels start to come off the ground because the tightness, they couldn't bend that far because they're not that flexible. So we actually worked on that. And the same thing with their wrist flexibility. There's more wrist injuries today because their wrists aren't as flexible. Because we teach in football, like the power clean is very important lift in football. A lot of kids can't bend their fingers back like this to hold the bar properly in a power clean. So we do this thing on the wall where they walk up with their wrists like this, and they have to reach a certain height and hold it there before we start to allow them to do power cleans. And we found that we had less injuries than we've ever had before. And it was like a real thing like we did. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff like that on a higher level and beyond. I'm not to say, I just did in a little piddly high school, but I'm sure they have the sports science behind all that.
even karate. You know, even taking karate.
Like that. That's why
that will help.
That's why I think Jalen Brunson, because of the way he trains and the way he trained with Rick growing up, how many times do we get nervous? Because you saw how many times when we see replays, Jalen Brunson's ankle, man, that doesn't look good, the way it twisted. But he still kind of just shook it off and he kept playing. Like some guys who don't have the ankle flexibility that maybe Brunson has, they would have been out, a few weeks or something. I mean, he still missed this year because of something, but guys like him, like there's some people out there that don't work on their body. Like look at Kevin Durant. He didn't really start ever lifting until after he hurt his Achilles, and then he started lifting a little more.
I think some of it is this. Like since they've been tracking like data in terms of guys going up and down the court, every single year players are running more and more. There's more mileage put on the player. And like when you talk about training, they over specialize in training one type of way, like you said, coach, and they're not like there's no incentive to work on the things that might be impromptu or something that you can't account for that are random that your body is not adjusted for. Like so for instance, if you're getting mileage over and over playing one particular style or using your athleticism in one particular way, the wear and tear is going to show up on your body in other ways. That's why, like, you never really saw as many Achilles pops in the early 2000s or even in the 90s. There were notable Achilles pops like Isaiah Thomas and Neek, but dudes wasn't popping their Achilles left, right, and center in the 90s and the 2000s. But you're seeing it more now because the pacing is going up. Dudes are training and specialized to train in one particular way. The idea of the multi-sport athlete, like from high school going into college, isn't all that common. Dudes are told at 12 years old, hey, you going to the league, so you better just be doing NBA basketball stuff, period. I don't want you to do any of these other things that'll build up your stamina and ability to handle duress and stress in different unconventional ways. And once you start eliminating those things, you're getting guys overtraining certain parts of their bodies to the point that it pops. Like for example, bro, a lot of these dudes' calves are ridiculous, and that tension that you're putting on your calf to your Achilles might make your Achilles pop because you're training your calf to be extremely explosive.
Hey, Jordan, let me tell you something we did back in the day, and that's all the heads on the panel will know. Not only I played football, I didn't do basketball, but I was on the track team. In other words, even in high school, we did multi-sports. And multi-sports, when you're training for football, you're training a certain way. When you're training for basketball, you're training a certain way. If you're running track, whether it's distance, throwing the javelin, shot put, I did all that. It's a different type of training. So you're utilizing different parts of your body. You're training different parts of your body, getting acclimated to move in certain ways. And those movements and that training that you develop, it actually helps you when you change that sport. Like certain things I did in football, I found that when I applied them to track, it's like, oh, okay, and vice versa. I had some guys I grew up with, they played football or baseball or whatever, and and it helped. And then once they like, okay, I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna put somebody out there that you guys may or may not know. I grew up with I don't know if you guys are familiar with Eric Young, who was a baseball player.
Baseball player, yeah. And his son, yeah.
He's not a baseball coach. Yeah, I know him personally. He played football. He played basketball. He played baseball. And again, going back to my point, of training, getting acclimated, getting your body used to, and he tried football, but because of his size, baseball turned out to be better for him, and he was successful at it. Yeah. So it's different strokes for different folks, man. But going back to what you guys were saying, man, you can't just train one way. You can't be just okay, all right, I play basketball, so I'm doing all basketball, reps. I'm getting shots or whatever, and I'm just focusing on that. Where you ain't thinking about your Achilles, going back to the booth, like my brother, from Miami, what you were saying. You have to be inclusive to all these things, man. It's a lot. It's a lot to encompass, man. You can't just do it one way. I mean, it's just like, all right, I know I'm going to the chess reference again because I always do. Oh, Freezy,
Yep.
Do you move the board one way? You just only go one way, or you move things around?
Like to that point, like
you got to move around, man. You got to try different things.
Every time you seen a guy pop his Achilles, it was doing something that they would normally do. It was just a normal move to them. When you see guys tear their ACL, it's usually a misstep or something that's abnormal to their gait that caused it to happen. Achilles is literally just overwork. Like you're doing the same thing over and over and over with no break, with no adjustment, no change to the variance to how you move. It's gonna pop. Like when you seen Halliburton tear his Achilles, it was no different than the normal move he does every single time he comes down.
Sometimes there's no contact involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times, most of the time, there's no contact involved. If you go look at the tape,
that screams to me overworking in a particular way. You're overtraining your body to function in one particular way, and if you don't build up the strength and the counterbalances in your body to withstand that, then you're just gonna eventually weaken those parts of your body until it pops. There's every time, but there's no. But back in the 90s and the 2000s, if someone popped their Achilles, they usually were already in their 30s, early 30s, or mid to 30s, or even late 30s. These guys popping their Achilles at 27, 28. That's overwork. That's overwork to me on those parts of your body.
Well, that's what I was saying about training, like ballet or balance. Well, I give another sport that we are probably well familiar with, boxing. Boxing, you got to be in a certain stance. You got to move your footwork. You got to move a certain way. You got to know about angles. You got to have your right balance. You got to be balanced, so when you throw that punch, it can be effective. Because if you're off balance, guess what happens? You might get caught with something.
The muscle
you got to take all that into, man.
You got to be able to
step work back. The most in boxing.
Yeah, you get stick and move. I mean, we know Ali. We know how that works. I mean, we've seen it rather. I mean, we may not have done the training and know how it works, but we've seen the evident demonstration of different boxers, how they move, how they're able to avoid punches, all about balance and all that. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot to encompass.
100%. I think there might be some cause for the high top, because I think the reason why players don't like high top is because it's restrictive. Like players want to have much flexibility and ability to change direction whenever they want to, but they're only using that change direction for one particular type of move, which is called the negative step. So it's literally like a lot of guys who do a pump fake and then they'll take their right leg and push off to drive off of it, like the closeout. We do the closeout more than in any other era because we shoot so much. We're so much further away from the rim that we have to utilize these tactics over and over. And when you see that happen, it's just one of those things where these dudes are playing one particular style the same way for a decade plus now, and it's just, chickens come home to roost for their Achilles at that point. And if you're not really cross training or giving your body a chance to recover from these strenuous things that you're putting on your body, well, this is what's going to happen when you're 26. How old is Halliburton? 25? 25, 26?
Halliburton's like 27, I think.
But you know what?
Okay.
What position in football does that aggressive step back and push back forward more than anybody? There's DBs.
Yeah, corners.
They corners, they drop back, and then boom, they go forward. They put their Achilles in harm's way all the time. And you don't see the Achilles injuries in them as much as It's because football players, the way they train and they do their footwork, they do those movements all the time. And I'm not saying basketball players don't. Like I just think basketball has always been behind on the physical off-season training,
the strength training,
as other sports. They're really on the
catching
forefront.
up.
But see, that goes back to what I was saying about playing different sports. That same DB is probably is a guard on a starting off, say, like on a high school or maybe a college team. So with that type of training that exactly what you referred to, Coach, then he would know how to manage his movements.
Because if you look at, I know you're not the biggest fan of him. Besides that 1 year he got hurt, LeBron played football in high school, and he's been pretty durable his whole career. People when you play that long,
some people attribute that to the fact that he's bow-legged, so that takes added pressure off his lower legs and his lower joints. But what if it is that the shoe tech has probably gotten too good, and there's no give? Because a lot of times when you see guys tear Achilles in the NFL, it's because their cleat got stuck. And it feels like, bro, some of these shoe tech is like, it feels like your foot is stuck.
Well, they've already they want to ban they want to ban turf fields for the lower leg injury, and that's why. Because it used to be when you plant and your leg gets stuck into the ground with your cleat,
the ground would give.
Yeah, if you get hit in the lower leg, the grass will give way and a chunk of grass, and your leg would actually move. Nowadays, when your leg plants in the turf, it stays there, and the pressure on your leg.
You find gravity at that point.
I was going to say for us old heads, have you ever either played or been on those old school artificial turf fields? That's like just playing on a shag carpet or something, man. It was crazy, man. It's horrible. Those fields, that old school artificial turf back in the 80s,
bro.
No good, man.
And I
played in the arena league on that. It was like outdoor carpet, bro.
Exactly.
And I'll say
with a very thin padding underneath.
And I'll say when I hooped in other shoes compared to when I hooped in shoes 15, 20 years ago, if I misstep, the shoe would give out and I would slip and I would fall. If you misstep with these shoes, the shoe ain't going nowhere. So your body better take the brunt of that. I think the shoe tech might be too good. There might be too much grip.
You can't see it that much in the camera now, but I've got like this discoloration on my wrist from when, because I used to carry the ball, and when I would fall forward or get tackled, usually, my wrist and my body, I would go land on the turf, and I would get turf burn on my, and I had it so many times, like even if I wore like a wrist pad, I had a strawberry on these wrists with that bad turf.
Is that why like those NFL players used to wear tape all the way up their forearms?
Yeah.
The sandpaper. It was like sandpaper, that old turf, bro.
Oh my god! And I think that some of it is like, maybe the shoes are getting too good. There's no give. There's no give in those shoes. Even when it's low top, they give you more. Like,
them dudes were playing. Them dudes were playing 48 minutes a game, betting Chuck Taylors, bro, back in the day.
Yeah,
and them shoes would actually give out, because if you're going against physics, the shoes would just give out. But these shoes are just like trying to actively fight against physics.
Well, that's why nowadays, if you go in a vehicle, like even if it's a Cadillac or supposed to be modern engineered cars are made to fall apart now when you get into a car accident.
Yeah.
Like, because it absorbs like the shock and everything. You get into a car accident with an old school like Buick or something, that car ain't budging, but you're going through the windshield. What I'm saying? It's
them heavy steel cars, man.
Yeah. Now the cars they're meant to fall apart because That's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
a lot
shock
of
absorption.
it's a lot of plastic and rubber in cars now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you know if anybody ever had a '73 Monte Carlo, that's like being in a tank, man.
Yeah.
My first car was a '72 Buick LeSabre,
Oh,
four-barrel 350,
I know it was like driving a boat.
two-door. Yes, ran like a champ too.
And y'all had money, bro.
What are you talking about? That wasn't a lot of money, man. For that, that's
A
a
car big enough to hog 2 lanes at the same time.
Oh yeah, man. That car ran like a champ, man.
Yeah, man.
Love that car.
You remember Duster? You remember Dusters?
Yeah, the Dusters. Yeah, yeah.
Man, one of them, man. 05 speed.
My brother had he had a '68 Mustang. You know, that was a classic, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was an older. You know, it was kind of beat up, so it wasn't in top condition, but still, so
it's a classic now, though.
I agree to say he's.
Oh yeah.
He get a couple dollars for that, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But you know what my favorite was? My favorite was that Deuce in the Quarter. My brother had a '76 Deuce in the Quarter. Now what y'all know about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. My pops worked at Ford. The first car he bought was a Deuce and a Quarter, and he worked at Ford.
Yes, sir. Them dudes.
Now for people who don't know, it's an Electra 225. That's what it was called, Deuce in the Quarter.
Yeah.
You out here driving
'98.
That's one of the
driving the whole gas station.
Yeah. Hey, but just to mention, I just want to double back on something that Big Tone mentioned about the high tops, man. We played in my era, which is like from about '82 to about '86, somewhere in there. I started out wearing Converse, either the Lethal Weapon Converse. Y'all remember them?
Yep.
And then we one year we got, I don't know how we came up with the money. I think we sold like some cookies or some shit, and we wore Pumas, and you couldn't tell us nothing, bro. Like we legit, we wore Pumas, bro. We go out there and get our ass kicked, but we was fly as a motherfucker. I think we finished the season like 6-12, but we was cool as well. Everybody that beat us was like, man, I want to come play for y'all. Like, bro, y'all winning, we losing, but y'all got moving. and then after that, we went to I don't know if y'all remember these sneakers. I don't know if people wear them no more, but we wore Ponies for my last 2 years. You remember ponies?
Yeah. I know Ponies.
Wilson Chandler had a freaking endorsement deal with Pony, I believe.
Yeah,
I wore
Ponies was one of my first shoes I played before I got the Converse. In seventh grade.
Ponies, yeah, I remember Ponies.
Yes, sir. That was my first shoe I played in the high school organized ball, man. High school ball, man. I had Ponies.
So
I love them things, man.
Yeah,
what you think?
Ponies, man.
What you think the Heat is gonna do with Wiggins and Scary Terry?
Jerseys was blue. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
I went to Chuck Taylor's from there, and that's crazy because playing on the playground and Sandlot and Summer League in the neighborhood, I wore Converse.
Right.
But when I played my first, organized ball in high school, I put damn Pumas on. Yep.
Bro,
that was crazy.
My 8th grade year, I wore Brooks.
Wow. Okay, I remember Brooks. Yeah. I remember Brooks. Yeah.
Dominique Wilkins was there.
Yeah, I remember Brooks.
By then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. You're all right.
I just think if they tried, man, and with the technology that they have in these shoes today, I don't know. I think it will make a difference. Now, nothing is 100. You can hurt yourself no matter what. But I think with the technology today, man, they put on high tops. I think it will cut down the ankle and the Achilles stuff injured. I really do.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think if they wear high tops today, it will cut down them injuries.
Yeah. I think so too. And one of the things I wanted to add to the point, I think in today's game where the court is so wide open, I think you put too much emphasis on one player to be everything in today's game. Whereas when the game was more restrictive a little bit, the stars of the game could stand out, right? Like you knew Michael Jordan was good because you would put the same type athlete against him, say Gerald Wilkins, right? Gerald Wilkins probably didn't have a 48-inch vertical, but he probably had a 44-inch vertical. You put Jordan against Ron Harper, who probably didn't have a 44-inch vertical, but could still jump and still score, right? But Mike was supreme over all those 6'6" super athletes, right? Mike was just better than them guys. Athletes existed during that time, right? But the difference is Mike was the cream of the crop of those guys. Because I remember when growing up, we were fascinated with this thing called the slam dunk. Back then, we used to call it slam. Like, man, he went to the hole and slam on that dude. Now they be counting dunks like it ain't nothing. All he did was a reverse 360. That ain't nothing. Back in our day, if you did like a double pump slam, bro, you got coochie all year from the cheerleaders.
Yeah. That's why the dunk contest is boring now, because we done seen everything there is as far as putting the ball in a hole.
Well, and also now you got dudes that aren't even in the NBA are the best dunkers. Like they got guys that are.
Yeah, I've seen enough YouTube videos.
They're like specialized at dunking, you know.
Right.
I mean, look at
that's all they do.
The guy that's won the three times defending
Matt McClung.
McClung ain't even technically in the league.
Yep.
Which I'll be honest with you, I think he deserves a chance, bro. Because he's
gotten chances. He's just
he just ain't good.
Not good.
I mean, he's just not better than Anthony Black and Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's who's got his contract. I mean, the dude can shoot. He averaged 20-something points in G League.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
but he's got the athleticism and he can shoot. And I've seen him pass like a regular point guard. I'm not saying he's like.
And you know he's smart because he went to Georgetown.
Coach, you know how many guys are lining up in the league that want to be in the league at 6'2"?
Like 6'2" athletes, bro.
Yeah, bro. They don't jump like him, though.
No.
There's a lot of dudes 6'2" that. Matter of fact, Dennis Smith Jr. is not in the league right now. Can he outjump him? He cannot outjump Dennis Smith Jr. even on one ACL tear.
What?
He's not in the league.
Did you not see him jump over a car with two hands sideways?
Hey man,
that dude jumps higher than Dennis. Dennis Smith Jr. is a freak athlete. I ain't discrediting him, but Mac McClung can jump.
But the thing is, jumping high and being a great athlete are two different things, man. You know what I'm saying? Because guys can
athleticism.
Yeah, there's some guys that can jump, right? Like yeah, remember Stromile Swift?
Oh my god,
yes,
he could jump out the building, but was he a Blake Griffin athlete?
No, he didn't have the raw force and athleticism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I tell you another guy who we had on the Knicks, James White.
Oh, Flight
Remember
White?
him?
Yeah,
yes.
White, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he could jump out the gym too.
You could say Billy Walker before all the league.
No, but what I'm saying is like McClung can actually shoot threes and dribble. Like he's got basketball skills. It's not like he's just some
he's just a fringe NBA player. That means sometimes he'll be in the league and sometimes he won't.
Yeah, and you need the ideal situation to even give him a chance.
Right, like if he was 6'4", 6'5", we probably have another chance. But
I'll say this, if he was 21 years old, they'll give him even a longer leeway. But once you cross that 25, 26 range, and you're a smaller guard, you're not gonna get as many chances. Like they're gonna go with the established veteran. Like for example, the guy that went to Duke that has a brother, Tyus Jones. They're gonna go with the Tyus Jones. That even
because they supercomputers, bro. They born to play point guard, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna go with those guys that have already shown.
Yeah, they can run
fit
the team.
That role.
Yeah. Let me ask. I'm gonna ask Cash and Big Tone this. Hey, Cash, who is the pound for pound the best scorer you've ever seen, from shortest to the tallest? Like pound for pound, who's the best scorer you ever seen in the NBA?
Whew.
You mean from my era to today?
Oh, whatever era, it don't matter.
Overall, I told you my goal is Earl the Pearl, bro. I got the blessing to see him live. And when I first as a kid, man, seeing him, I was hooked. Ain't nobody. I don't give a damn what you say. Ain't nobody. I don't even try to discuss nothing with me. Earl to Pearl Monroe, bro. He just bullet. He just changed it. So him and if you want to come to today, I'm D Wade was my top 2 shooting guard.
Yeah.
Because I put Earl and then I put D Wade shooting guard. I just them 2 is mine. I ain't speak for nobody else. Earl
I mean, that's a hard question, but if I just had to throw a name right now, I have to go with the Iceman, George Gervin, man.
Mr. Finger Roll.
He could, but he had more than just a finger roll. He had a nice midi, man. He had a nice midi.
I'm
Is
talking
it best score or favorite
revolutionized the finger roll, bro.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he did that. Yes. But he had a nice mid game. What's that?
Is it best
he
score?
He said score. Yeah, no, George Gervin.
Favorite score.
Best score pound for pound.
Okay, best score pound for pound.
Pound for pound, yeah.
AI. Pound for pound, he's 160 pound for pound. AI.
Yeah. I love AI. I like Calvin Murphy. I know y'all don't know who that is, bro.
Calvin Murphy had 30 pounds of AI.
Calvin Murphy was short, bro.
Calvin was short, but he was 5'9". He was a real 5'9".
Yeah, but his whole body was a bicep. His whole body.
And he was fast too.
Tight, wound up bicep. AI was $160.
Yeah,
right.
On a good day.
And to be, I've never seen Calvin Murphy live, but I have a stupid story about AI. He confused me with a bodyguard one time. AI is not 6 foot. Everybody. I hate to bust people bubble like they dreams and like AI is 6 man. He's 6'2" and shoot. No, he not. Right. But I like AI. Calvin Murphy could score with either hands from anywhere on the floor, and he wasn't just speed either. Right? He wasn't just speed. He could just get anywhere on the floor. He felt like it. Like he legit was Jalen Brunson, basically. Like that's what Jalen Brunson plays like. Like he can get to the rim and you can't stop him, and height don't matter. Right? I mean, when you're talking about when height don't matter, you got somebody that good at scoring from anywhere on the floor. Man, Calvin Murphy, and I'm almost ready to put Jalen Brunson in that category. But if we talking about 6'2", 6'3" guys, then of course we got to go with Steph, because Steph is crazy, right? But if we talking about like old school, Mark Price, anybody remember Mark Price?
Yeah, he was good.
What about
say Mahmoud then?
What about Mahmoud? Abdul Raouf?
Yeah.
That dude, if he would, like in today's NBA, he would do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about this, before Curry, it was him. He was the template.
Yeah.
He was the template.
Cause bro, he was so quick too, bro. He explosive. He had a layup package and everything too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. There's some other guys out there that I like, man. I like Dave Bing, smooth scorer. I think Dave Bing I can't remember how tall he was, but he seemed like he was kind of a taller guard, maybe like 6'4", 6'5".
I mean, he ain't no.
Yeah, I think he was like about 6'4". Yeah.
He ain't no scary Terry, like you know.
I mean,
what y'all gonna do with him? Are y'all gonna trade him and Wiggins, or
how we gonna trade somebody don't nobody want, man? I just came over here before you came, man. I told nephew Freezer, man, give me some popcorns, man. You can have them, bro. Reach in your pocket, man. Whatever piece of lint you got, man, come up with, man.
It don't have to be the same color. The colors ain't even gotta match.
You have to just do whatever that new trend. They're just buying people out. Just let them go.
Yeah, and that's what I'm up in the air. I'm not understanding.
Mickey don't want to waste money like that. He don't want to be paying someone to not play.
It's not. But here's the thing: actually buying out is benefit to the owner, because when you buying out, then
giving
you
up
ask
some money.
them to take a couple dollars less to just leave the team, because usually that's what. Because when you buy out, like let's you Bill, when they brought Bill out, Bill didn't get all his money. He left $7 million on the table, but he wanted to leave the team, so he said, "Okay, instead of just fighting for all of it, I'm ready to get out of here." So
And there's the other aspect. If the player doesn't want to buy out, you can waive and stretch. Like for
right,
example,
but they passed
but
that deadline though. That
yeah.
deadline with Miami was 5 o'clock yesterday.
Oh,
And
so
they did,
damn.
and they didn't do it. And that's why my whole thing is, Irish, you plan to keep them there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could come up with. Then y'all plan to keep them. You just gonna let the money fall off.
How much?
He expired.
How much
year,
is
right?
he making?
Right. 26. He getting 26 this last year. So yeah, that's all. Is it gonna fall off the books because it's expiring?
They should have just let Lowry. They should have just let Lowry fall off the books, man. Do it instead of that Terry shit. Oh my God.
Yep. So that's all I can think. They just want to keep him and hope that he
can recoup
but
some
long
value.
as this investigation over his head, man, I can't trust it. I can't trust him, bro. I can't trust him, man. So hey, we stuck. Unless I wake up this week or next week and get the miracle.
Stuck
Get the
like
miracle.
Chuck.
Somebody in trade for him or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if there's a move out there for the Heat to make just to get him off the like.
There ain't no asset more depreciated than him. So
yeah,
right.
He might be moved by the. He might. Well, you know what, my man. He'll probably end up moving by the deadline for the reason that he probably would have at least half his money done. So any team that's picking him up, they just got to pay whatever the balance is.
Right. The
remaining.
Bro, I don't like when y'all just got rid of Highsmith just to clear some bread.
Oh no, that's my be more homeboy. I'm still upset about that.
Because y'all still need another big man.
Yeah. I'm so ticked with that, boy. That's a whole nother subject, man.
You don't even make that much money. So why would you do that?
Didn't Kai Jones work out for y'all? What happened with that?
No, I don't know. He worked out for us, but they didn't. They didn't sign him. So they brought back Drew Smith. So we sitting over there with 4 guards.
Y'all should look at.
Hey, I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
I would love that.
Yeah, why did they trade Highsmith?
I didn't hear you.
To save money.
Why did they trade Highsmith?
Get under the apron. Yeah, we
okay. Okay.
We're under the tech. So, but I think they wouldn't have traded Highsmith if somebody would have took Terry. I think that again, you dealing with man.
Because I would think you would have kept Highsmith and, like you said, got rid of Terry.
Yeah,
but you can't because nobody want him.
Nobody want him, right? So to get under the taxes, they got rid of that $5 million exempt. So it is what it is. I'm still hurt, man. That's my man. I'm still hurt that they got rid of my homeboy, man.
What Baltimore know about basketball anyway, though?
Boy, please, you better check the record, homie. Boy, you talking about
ain't no high school basketball in Baltimore.
Ask Muggsy Bowe. Gumball, baby. Yeah, man, please. Yeah, but the thing's different now, man. The guys not hungry like it was when we were coming up. They playing, but you can tell the hunger in these schools and in these, because they don't even really have the summer leagues and, like when we was coming up, man, we slept sport.
Yeah,
we had time to stay in the house,
and we was begging to be famous, bro. Like there was a time where if you got your name in the newspaper, bro, they would your people would cut it out and put it on the wall.
Yes, sir.
Now you on YouTube automatically famous. Just gonna make it as soon as you just be out there, you automatically famous. So these kids now they don't even care.
Yeah,
but I remember, man, I remember scoring
My homeboy, man, a dude that played in the NBA. I know y'all don't know who he is, but he was a star at Syracuse. It's a dude named Raphael Addison. Like we used to,
Yeah, I've heard of him. I heard of him.
Bro, I was in a game with him, and I scored 6 points against his team, bro. And they had my name in the paper. You know what I'm saying? 2 for 3, 2 free throws, whatever it was. Got to the 6 points, man. I messed around and took that to our library. And y'all remember the old lamination machine? Remember when in the library you could laminate something? Coach, the article was about this big, but I had to laminate it like this. Like the article was like this. I laminated the whole damn and put that thing on the wall, bro. Damn, man.
Ain't nobody getting no damn Giannis. Man, that's bum. I don't even want that bum. Giannis out the doo-doo. I don't want, man. I keep, look, I know y'all don't know me over here. I don't want these bums. I don't want him. Right. I don't give a damn what he do. I don't want that bum. Period. Now, I'm not in the front office.
So I don't think he fits what y'all do anyway.
He not, and
because y'all already got Bam there. He's in the way.
Yeah, Milwaukee would be a fool to send him to their opponent.
Yeah,
after they done backstab what they did with Dame. That's not going to happen. So I got bipolar Miami Heat fans keep putting jerseys on this bum. So, no. First of all, that's not happening. It's not happening. That I don't even know why they're even talking about it. That shit is not happening.
You know, y'all need to find a way to scoop up Cam Thomas. I think he would help y'all score in that because that's all you need is.
Oh, no, we already got scoring. We got 4 people average 20 points now.
And Davion, but not Davion Mitchell. Keep hooping, bro.
Davion, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I like Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, sure. he definitely a beast, man.
And that Jovic.
We just need. I want a big man. Yeah, Jovic. Yeah, he killing Europe basketball.
Yeah, right he's good. Yeah, no, you definitely need one more big dude.
Yeah, we need. Oh yeah, I'm crying out for that. One more, and he don't have to be no superstar all that bullcrap.
I didn't hear your answer earlier. Would you be interested in Precious? Bringing him back?
Yeah. I would love to have. We trained him, so I would love to have Precious. Precious has stepped this game up a lot.
And what about Trey Lyles?
Cost much. He ain't. See, I'm one of them old schoolers, and I ain't gonna cost us much. So I would love to have Precious, and he already know the system. So it ain't gonna take much for him to get back in the system because he came from us. So I would love to have Precious. Yes, I would. Right. Yeah. I would love to have Precious.
I would love to have Precious back to the Knicks.
Yeah.
I know that's not a popular take with Knicks fans.
It's not gonna happen, man.
Oh,
you know that.
I joke around and said this like a month or two ago. Precious Achiuwa needs to have a civil suit against Thibodeau, bro. That dude, he did him dirty, bro. He did Precious dirty as hell.
Well, that's what he did to Cam Reddish too, because y'all actually got Cam Reddish at the peak, and Thibodeau for whatever I don't know. I think it was personal. Look, at this point, I think it's personal. I'm just gonna go same way Ty Lue did that boy Terrence Mann, destroy that boy career, man. Right at the peak, you took that boy out, man. 40-something% from the 3-point line, 40+% from the field. Defensive juggernaut. You set that boy down. And just took him out of rotation at his highest at the peak he grown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like when these coaches they pick and choose who they want to have patience with.
Right.
Like you sitting there, and trust me, I love Brunson and Cat. You sitting there and letting these dudes mess up on defense, and guys like Josh Hart be a damn traffic cone out there on defense. And you letting him still play 37 minutes, and then you let someone like Cam Reddish make a mistake, or Precious, or someone like that, or one of the rookies make a mistake, and you don't have to see him for the whole fucking year.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that.
We got y'all 3 times before damn.
Those days are over, man.
We play y'all 3 times.
We're in a new era now.
And what were you 3 times before what?
December.
Ooh.
What's that?
We play you the 3rd game
Oh yeah.
And then we play you the 12th, I think 12th to 15th, 12th to 14th, something like that. Back to back. 3 games before December. And the last
New York Knicks are going to win the championship this year. Damn, that's it.
Like I told nephew Breezy, what's the name of them drugs you taking, homeboy?
Hey, the game is to be sold, not told.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know now.
Let me tell you something. If the Knicks do win the title, everybody got to bow down and kiss the ring.
That ain't happening. First of all, that ain't happening. I mean, it's been 54. It's 54 years now, so that ain't happening. That's number one. Number two, I'm just gonna go ahead and bust all you Knicks fans bubbles over here. It's gonna be another 25 years, bro. It's gonna be another 25 years.
We closer than you. I guarantee you that.
I'm gonna go ahead and bust y'all bubble. It's gonna be another 25 years for y'all get out the second round. So let me clap on
what before the second round.
It's gonna be another 25 years. I ain't stuttering.
You know what? You and Adonis Hassel must be good friends, man. Because every time I see him, man, he always hates on the Knicks, man. He does not have anything good to say. But I understand because he's the rival. I agree. I understand.
Yeah, hey, bro, hold on. He knows what it's like the way he's a Miami Dolphins fan, bro. He understands.
Yeah, if you think he hate on the Knicks,
the same year.
Boy, Knicks ain't got nothing on what he think about Boston Celtics, homie. Trust me when I tell you.
Jim Crow Celtics.
Boy, he man, please.
If it's one thing I know about Toe, that boy hate him some Celtics.
Man, I can't, man, please. I'm
hey, you should know our pain being a Dolphins fan, bro. Come on.
I am gonna stop calling them Jim Crow because Boston is one of the first ones who had black coaches. So I can't, and now, they had like 2-3 black coaches before, a lot of the NBA teams. So on that end, I'm gonna stop teasing them about being Jim Crow.
They had the first black coach, which was
because they brought up their house help.
As a player.
That's what they did.
Yeah,
as a player, but
the player, he won the championship.
The player himself said he witnessed.
I'm just saying, but the black coaches they brought up are the ones they trained and brainwashed. That's why they let them coach.
Well,
they didn't bring no one from the outside. You know what I'm saying?
But Steve, you got to understand. The hatred and the racism came from the people, not the organization.
Not the organization, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because like that whole stuff that was happening in the 8, they made the 8.
You talking about 60s and
like the Larry Bird years, like they made like the Celtics the white team for some reason. It was weird.
Right.
Like,
that was the media too, though. Because
I was like, why? It was so.
Hey, because if you looked at the roster. If you look at the Celtics,
it was a lot of brothers on that roster.
There was a lot of brothers on that team, bro. And when I say
Dennis Johnson, Gerald Henderson, Cedric Maxwell, Robert Parrish.
And when I say brothers, I really want to say that other word that you call black people, but since we here, I'm gonna say brothers, right? But there was a Cornbread Maxwell, all them guys, bro. Yeah, them guys. One of the Celtics, I hate the most, Cornbread Maxwell, man. Him, and Big Tom, who's that other dude? The dude that got the steal on the Lakers and act like he scored 50 points. ML Carr.
ML Carr.
Then you got Dennis Johnson.
Like scored 50 points.
DJ.
I mean, so I can't call him. I was teasing, but yeah, I'm gonna even stop doing. But they ain't gonna change my despise for them bastards.
Nah,
I despise them. I swear to God. That team, oh my God, man, I despise that team, bro. Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't understand how much I despise.
And the Celtics trolls be popping up in the chat.
Oh,
heavy.
Yeah, I like it though. I don't care about different fan bases, bro. I love talking to different fan bases, bro. Like, because I know the history of the game, so they ain't just gonna shoot me the gas.
Right. They can't just
You know what I'm
saying? They can come do the trolling if they want, which is cool.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna out troll me. Now you want to troll, you ain't gonna out troll me, homie. I ain't letting that happen.
What round did the Heat make it to last year?
We made first round. I mean,
They did. They was in the play-in. They got with the Cavs.
But
Watched
see,
them in
the Heat ain't missed a playoff in 10 years, homeboy. And the Heat is the only team outside of Boston that went 3 Eastern Conference Finals and 2 finals with. Well, we the only team went with 11 players in G League. So y'all not on their level, homeboy. I'm just telling you, you're not on their level, Jack.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I'm over here in the.
We'll see how you talk at the end of this year. We had this conversation last year. You were puffing your chest out on this stream, and you disappeared in the second half of the season. You disappeared because the Heat didn't do nothing.
Okay, that's fair.
And you said I'm here to give it to you right now because I got your back now. You said we weren't going to make it out of the second round last year, and we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So you were wrong then. And now you're going to be wrong again.
Okay, but don't worry about it. 25 years, that's cool. You get to celebrate.
No, see, that's what you do. You keep pushing the goalposts back. I'm talking about what's happening right now. I don't give a damn what happened in the last 10 years, 25 years. I don't care what the Knicks did in the 90s. I don't care what Miami did in the 2000s. It's right now is what matters.
I'm not talking about Miami. All I asked you, was that the first time in 25 years? That's all I said. Yes or no?
Yeah, that was the first time.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you got a right to brag because
you know what? Wrong. In the past 2 years, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on. We Janet Jackson up in here. What have you done for me lately? Okay, that's what we about here.
Hold on.
Okay, we ain't about what happened the last 20 years.
Coach, because let's be real. You haven't done nothing for your fans lately. Because that same team, Indiana, beat you 25 years ago, and they beat you 25 years later. So you haven't really.
That's why.
We'll see what happens.
Get that Van Gundy out of here.
Hey, I'm only speaking facts now. You might not like it. You might not like it.
The facts are we got past the first round when you said we wouldn't.
No, you got past the second round.
That's a fact, Jack.
You
said we weren't going to get out of the first round, and we did.
Hold on.
So you were wrong. You were wrong.
I didn't say first round now. I ain't never.
No, you didn't. Let's go back on the receipt and the tape. Let's look. We can look at that.
I said y'all ain't.
Well, either way, you were wrong. You were wrong both ways.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna say. Hold on. I'm gonna say it again.
And we beat the brakes off of you whenever we played you.
Here's the thing. You can't because you still came up empty. But that's fair. I'm gonna say it again here, so nephew can have the receipts again.
We're gonna get further than you again this year. Hold on,
you're not getting out the second round again. And if you do, I really don't think so this year. But if you do,
a broken clock is right once a day. I get it.
You still gonna be a dud. You're not getting to the final.
A broken record, a broken clock is right.
Not getting
one time a day. You can say you ain't gonna make it past the second round every year. You're gonna be right once in a while.
Hey, Big Tone, we good, bro.
Well, I've been right for 25 years. I was wrong one time.
You've been saying that for 20 years.
Hey, Bray, this Knicks team is talented.
Hold on, hold on, Coach. Man, I got like five homeboys grew up with. I'm gonna sit here and tell you, they'll put y'all to shame in being a Knicks fan. Oh no. I'm talking about throwing TVs.
How are you gonna put us to shame? What you talking about?
Hey, bro, I'm talking about throwing TVs, everything. So no, I ain't been just saying this.
That's their fault for being dumb.
Because I got somebody.
I ain't gonna break my TV
besides y'all. Exactly. You just proved my point. That's why
it doesn't make them a bigger fan than me because they dumb.
Well, they might be. I'm just telling you how emotional they is with their fans.
Oh, I'll pound on cable. I get pretty emotional about it.
And when it comes to emotional Knicks fan, bro, that's me. But I be there at the game. I be there at the game, though.
Yeah, I be emotional like during the game, the whole when it's happening.
On YouTube.
What the hell are they doing? Like while I'm watching it.
Hey man, don't nobody even want to watch no game with me when I'm watching Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can't get nobody to watch no game with me, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had y'all's coach. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah. So I gotta. But in these last few minutes, man, I gotta chop it up about Josh Hart. Right, this is one of the topics I had planned for the night, and I just wanted to get Dre, Coach, your opinion on what Josh Hart is going to be in this at the very beginning of the Mike Brown era? In y'all opinion, like what is Josh Hart to Mike Brown's offense and defense?
He needs to be thankful he still has a job.
It'll go one of two ways. No. Mike Brown says he wants to play fast.
When he's done, I'll be a real answer.
Okay, like it'll go one of two ways. Mike Brown said he wants to play fast, and for better or worse, Josh Hart attempts to play fast, play in transition, get rebounds, get out and run. I think he'll try to limit or get the best out of Josh Hart by limiting his minutes. Like you're not gonna see Josh play 37 minutes, but he's gonna probably play the most intense 25 he can possibly squeeze out of Josh.
To my high leverage minutes.
Yeah, he's going to try to squeeze 25 high intensity minutes out of Josh, where Josh is locked in on defense and trying to contribute, playing at a higher pace on offense. Because if you notice, the teams that played in the league got to the finals, all of their role players played 20 minutes. They don't veer into that territory of 35, 36, 37. And that's what Josh is. Josh is a role player. Alex Caruso plays 20 minutes a night. Okay. So, and he plays the most intense 20 minutes you can get, because you get diminished returns when you start playing a guy like Alex Caruso 37 minutes, right. 38 minutes, because he starts to get hurt, starts to wear down. And I think with Josh, in order to get the most laser focused version of him, you need to reduce his minutes and bring him down a little bit. And I think that's what Mike Brown's going to do.
Right.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, no, I think to maximize Josh Hart the most, Brown has to put him in a position where it suits Josh's strengths. Josh should not be the key ball handler and making any decisions on how the offense starts, unless it's long rebound, take it all the way down the court. Like if Josh Hart dribbles past half court, your ass better be going all the way to the rim with it. I don't want to see you picking up your dribble and looking for someone to pass to, or jumping and leaving the floor.
And stop the advantage. Like stop the break. Stop the advantage, right?
Exactly. Like, so Josh Hart needs to be put in situations where he's with other primary ball handlers in the game and other guys that can defend the best wing on the floor, where he has to be that main defender. Like, he can't be the best wing defender on the team on the second group. Like, he can't be the one defending.
Wait, hey, Coach, before you go any further, let me ask. So, are you saying? What I'm trying to understand from what you're saying is he going to unleash him or bridle him? Are you saying he's going to restrict what Josh is doing or unleash him as a weapon?
I think he's going to give Josh Hart less minutes so he can play at a certain pace and energy that he usually does, but just in less time.
Okay.
So I think that's just what it's going to be. I don't think he's going to like tell him don't shoot or don't do this or don't do that. The only don't I think is going to be for him is he's not going to be the one crawling the ball up the court. You know, the only time he should be dribbling up the court is if it's a fast break situation, like a coast-to-coast rebound or a fast break. I like Josh in those situations. But when we're setting up a half court or an offense, Josh Hart shouldn't be touching the ball first in any kind of offensive set starting off. Like,
Dre,
that's not how.
About what Coach saying. You think about that, bro. Dre, you still there?
Real quick.
I'm here. What's up?
Okay, real quick before you go. Now, let me ask y'all: do y'all think is the championship or bust, or just you just satisfied with getting back to the East Conference Finals?
Well, I'll answer for myself. The whole point of getting rid of Thomas Thibodeau is to get to the finals. So anything less than that is viewed as a failure to me. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bust and we blow the whole thing up if we don't make it to the finals. If we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose in Game 7 or something, like, I'm gonna be pissed. but I'm not gonna say, oh, everyone needs to be gone. We have to see who was at fault, who didn't show up. Then we can talk about
what's the context behind
what changes need to be
and
made.
Tony, if you notice, see, we talked about that all June. That's why when you asked, like, so Mike Brown, as soon as Tibbs got fired, we was like, yeah, it's championship.
Yeah, but like talent-wise and what the scope of the East is right now,
if we don't go to the finals,
we should be the number one seed. If we don't, then we play like biatches or the coach was bad. One of the two. It ain't because of our talent. Because we brought everyone back and brought 2 great pieces and added to it.
Right.
So there's no excuse this year.
So y'all actually worry about seeding instead of just long as we make the playoffs?
No.
I don't think we worry about seeding, but if we're establishing the habits that we think can win a championship, naturally is gonna turn out to have a high seed unless you have injuries. Right?
Because what we learned as Knicks fans is our problem is not the competition and the regular season stuff. Our problem the last 4 years have been key pieces being hurt and out, and us mismatching rosters throughout the season. And by the time we get to the playoffs, we all injured. It's a mass unit, right? And so what we learned last year is if you kind of scrap development and nurse your veterans through the playoffs, they can make a run, kind of like what championship teams do, right? You can make a championship type run, right? So this year, if the Knicks are the 4 seed, the 3 seed, the 2 seed, I don't think Knicks fans will complain because Knicks fans are tired of a lot of show and no go, right? Because if we win 68 games and don't win nothing, what do we really do? If you have a season like the Cavaliers, when you win 64 games and you lose in the second round, what have you really done?
Yeah.
Right? That's how most Knicks fans feel. Most Knicks fans are passionate about the one thing that other NBA fan bases tease us about the most. That the Knicks ain't won a championship since 1973. Right? Knicks fans is passionate about that. So if we gotta scrap a whole bunch of stuff in order just to get to the finals and win it, then we're gonna scrap a whole bunch of stuff just to get to the finals and win it. All the other stuff that go, all the glitter and all that, so we don't care. Right? Yeah. That's it. So if we're the 5th seed and we got to start off the playoffs on the road, we don't care.
Yeah.
As long as we make the finals.
So basically, y'all ain't win nothing since bell bottom, platform shoes, the bump, and dancing machine.
Yeah, and Applejack hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And OJs. What you know about the OJ?
Yeah. And the thing is, we've gone the last 3 or 4 years trying too damn hard in the regular season
to be respectable.
Yeah, and
the most wins just mean you're respected.
Yeah, and it didn't translate because either the previous 3 years it resulted in our starters getting hurt because they were overworked, and this year where they weren't hurt and they were all healthy going into the playoffs, we could see that they were definitely wound down and
the potential was there the whole time.
Yeah.
If the Knicks starters were healthy, if the rotation was healthy, the Knicks had the potential to be what we saw this May the whole time. But unfortunately, in that 3-year window, Miami, Indiana, Randall hurt, Mitchell Robinson hurt, Brunson hurt, Hart hurt, Quickly hurt, Rhymes hurt. Yep. Yeah.
And the reason we got rid of Tibbs is, bro, every time we got eliminated, we were eliminated as the higher seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atlanta, higher seed. Pacers, both times, higher seed.
Yeah.
Heat, higher seed.
And the thing I'm most excited about with Mike Brown, and I hope he carries over from his tenures, he had long tenures with the Spurs as an assistant and with the Warriors as an assistant. And I hope he learned from those two teams, because let's face it, during those times, they were both arguably the best rosters in the league.
Don't forget those great Indiana teams, the Jermaine O'Neal Pacers, Ron Artest Pacers, Stephen Jackson Pacers. Don't forget about that. Remember, he was in the Madison Palace.
Right.
The dude you seeing trying to grab Ron Artest? Guess who that is?
He's been bald a very long time.
But what I'm saying, what he learned from them tenures and those coaches is they treated the regular seasons and their starters. They were smart with how they played them and how they schemed throughout the season.
Right.
Their talent still got a 70% win percentage most of the time, but at the same time, they didn't run their damn starters into the ground, and they found guys like a Donald Foyle to be in the rotation and help, and a guy like Tiago Splitter, like guys like, you know what I'm saying, like they find ways to have a guy that's not not an everyday name guy help in the rotations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, so that's the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Like with this team, with this Knicks team, like we have guys that are, to us, they're like, oh, we ain't using no young kid. Papa Cone Dottie ain't ready yet. Well, we don't know because he hasn't played.
Yeah, he a red shirt. He red shirt.
Yeah, like you got give these young dudes some run. Give these new players we got, some of the guys that hardly were in the rotation last year that are still on the team, let them play more minutes during the regular season. Our team should be good enough in the scope.
Them teams that they quote unquote call bottom feeders. That's the same thing.
Yeah,
that's the perfect time to play them.
Like
who tanking and all that. Let them young guys. I say the same thing, Coach. Yeah. Play them young guys in them type of games to get them out there to get the chemistry with the rest of the guys, man.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with it. If any coach don't do that, I have a problem with that.
But you got to practice too, though. You got to have some practice time.
Right.
I mean, we had regular season games where we up 15-20 against like the Wizards or friggin' the Bulls or something.
And still won't put them in.
And this man has still got friggin' the starters in the damn game.
Right, with 30 minutes. They're like, all the starters done played 30 minutes already. We up 15.
What are we doing?
And then we still winning at the buzzer. Like we have a 20-point lead, start the fourth quarter. He'll play them to the gas light come on. We get tired, they go on a run, and did he keep the stars on the floor? They wound up playing 41 minutes. And all you had to do was we up 20, let these young guys play, run up and down the floor. The other coach concede in that moment. When you wave the white flag, the other coach wave the white flag. They ain't gonna wave until you wave it.
Tone. There was an example. We were playing the Denver Nuggets, right? Denver was up 15 with 2 minutes to go. Game was already in hand. Right. This man had R.J. Barrett on the court with 30 seconds to go, and R.J. Barrett turned his ankle.
And he turned his ankle. Yep.
Yep.
It was like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, you gotta view the larger scope. And sometimes Tibbs will try to win every battle to the point that he's forgetting that he's losing the resources to win the war.
Right.
And you can't live like that.
Tibbs, that's what I'm saying. Tibbs is the shooter that keeps shooting but forget that you don't have unlimited bullets, right? And then when the bullets run out, you standing there, you like.
He gonna try to throw the gun at him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Real quick, I want to just get on the Josh Hart thing real quick, because I think there's a place for Josh Hart and Mike Brown. The Knicks thing, man, it's always going to be championship or bust, because we busted so long. Championship is the only other option for us, right? Like legit, we've been busting for years. What's our other option? Bust again? Nah, we ain't selling for that, right? But at the same time, the new regime, Mike Brown, you have coaches with a different basketball philosophy, bringing in assistant coaches that value defense, but they also value how to pick apart these nuanced and complicated NBA defenses, right? And you gotta have guys like that know how to think outside the box when you face different stuff. Like, hey, do you go 3-2 zone here because your wing players are tired and you don't have any depth on the bench? Do you just do it for like 2 or 3 trips up the floor just to stop a run and then get back to your aggressive man-to-man defense? Tom Thibodeau never thought like that. Tom Thibodeau's thing is, you gotta play harder. I don't care if there's no gas in the tank. You gotta dig down deep and find some gas in the tank. That's Tom Thibodeau.
Bro, if we had Rick Carlisle,
But the Josh Hart point, though.
My bad.
The Josh Hart point. I'm trying. Well, you know what? I'll say Josh Hart flick. Okay, cool.
No, go ahead. No,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say if we had Rick Carlisle or Spoelstra in that Eastern Conference Finals, we would have won that series 4-1.
Inclined to agree.
I'm just saying, we would have.
Hey, bro, it took Josh Hart saying, "Hey, you might want to put me on the bench for you to try a different starting lineup." Well, in game 101 of the season, after we knew after game 30 that this might not work in the playoffs.
When a man who had already, how many years have Mikal Bridges played so far?
Seven? Before he got here, 7?
I haven't heard Mikal Bridges speak or have any quote ever in the media since he's been in the NBA. He hasn't missed one game in the NBA. And when he speaks out and says a problem that we playing too much,
that was actually the nail in the coffin, I think.
Yeah, a dude that never talks.
Jericho Sims said, "Get me out of here."
Bro, Mikal said, we got some NBA pros on this team that can play basketball.
Yeah, he even mentioned the bench. He even said, "I trust the guys on our bench." Like, he said that in the media. Yeah. A dude that's never outspoken.
And he said that in the media, then you know what he did? He followed it up with a 30-point game winner against Portland.
But I'm sorry, go ahead, Josh Hart. No,
what you talking about?
No, you saying that Josh? You gonna elaborate some more on the Josh Hart?
No, I'm gonna save it.
Ooh, okay.
All right, that's another show of Josh Hart.
Yeah,
All right, now.
Because the thing is with Josh Hart, he right now, to me, he's on the same. You got to show me something this year, or we moving on with three. There's 3 dudes on the Knicks this year. I have that for me.
Hart, Deuce
is the other one,
okay.
And depending on his contract extension or whatever, Mitch is the other one. And Mitch's show me is only based around
health,
playing 70 games, 72 games. That's it. Okay. It's not about his play or whatever. Because I believe when he does play, he does.
He's an impact player.
A reputable job.
Reputable? You talking about Josh Hart or Mitch?
Mitch.
Nah, man. Come on, man. You know Mitch is dominant.
What?
Get that man some credit, bro.
Last I checked, reputable is pretty good.
Reputable, yeah, recognizable, right?
Yeah, he's not an all-star. He's not all defense. So the next phase is reputable, you know.
He a ham sandwich.
But like, if he could play 72 games and stay healthy, he's going to contribute to a championship level team.
A ham on rye is still pretty good though.
As long as he's not peanut butter.
He's more than ham. I mean, he's that ham that's was in the back of the drawer. Like, you really got some really good ham, like the
aged, dry.
You got like the deli ham, like almost like prosciutto from like Cat's Deli. He's like that ham, but like you forgot you had like 3 or 4 slices left, and it's like it was in the back of the cold cut drawer. And it's like, oh man, we still got that prosciutto ham in here, and like, but it might be expired, bro. I hope, you know, it's like. That's what like Mitch is like. When Mitch is fresh and he's good, bro. But if he ain't there, we can't eat him, can't use him. You know, if he ain't available.
Salute, Paris Duggar. Thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says Josh Hart played amazing, except the Eastern Conference Finals. Look at stats.
Well, where we want to go, we need him to play amazing the entire time, and if he can't, then we gotta replace him.
But stats only tell so much story, because I'm sorry, like I watched almost every minute the Knicks were on the court this year, It's well documented. Come check us out at Play. What's the name of that website again? Playback TV. Come watch the game with us. We watch it a lot. That's proof we watch the game. And all the things we say.
And we argue a lot over there too. Shoot the three, Josh. No, don't shoot it.
All I know is if Josh Hart starts doing them jump passes in traffic, that man will be in the pond. He'll be sitting down.
Yes, Josh Hart, when you just scale back and look at his
counting numbers.
But you got to understand, look at the very first stat, MP, 37 minutes. He's acquiring those stats over a 37-minute period. I mean, if you give a lot of NBA players with his skill set and talent level 37 minutes a game, they're going to put up them stats, bro. They really are. I mean, I'm just being real. Like, and is he an elite rebounder for a shooting guard in this league? Hell yeah, he's the best. But
he's Blue Edwards without a scoring touch.
Yeah, but Coach Tibbs put him in a position to get those rebounds that any good coach would not put him in those positions to have those
because
rebounds.
of the defensive scheme. Yeah.
Yeah. So you ain't supposed to put your 6'4" point guardish skilled guy in a position where he's fighting power forwards for freaking loose balls and rebounds.
Yeah.
And defending those guys, because your best bigger defender is also skilled enough to defend the best athlete on the other team. That's someone you're hoping that's slotted like OG. I mean, that Josh Hart, someone like Josh Hart should be able to do. That's where I'm okay with, and it's good to have someone like Mitch, Mitch in the game. Like, Mitch can defend the guy that we were hoping someone like Josh Hart could defend. So OG can defend the best wing on the other team. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Josh Hart, for his $20 million price tag, needs to put up similar stats in 25 minutes a game, but only maybe 6 rebounds, because I can't expect him to get 9 rebounds a game.
Or just not even the stats. Just have a better floor game. Literally, just play smarter.
Yeah.
Be more efficient. Like the Josh Hart's impact should not be measured.
I don't think that's Josh Hart's problem, though, Dre. I think Josh Hart's problem, because I feel where you're going. You're talking about Josh Hart's decision making in real time, and sometimes when he's caught off guard, things change immediately, right? What is he thinking, right? Like, what's his instinct? I think Josh Hart's instinct was force-fed to him by Tibbs. Like, Tibbs wants this, and I have to execute what Tibbs wants. That's what I think in that moment. Mm-hmm. Like, when Josh Hart does jump passes, like jump in the air and pirouette, and almost turns the ball over, throwing the ball, and it's deflected, but we regain it, is because Tibbs said, give it to the point guard. Yeah. But the point guard was covered all the way down the floor. Now what do you do?
Right.
Tibbs said, give it to the point guard. That's what I think.
And like, Josh Hart reminds me of a gambling strategy, okay? For anyone that gambles occasionally, I only do it occasionally. I do a little roulette and a little blackjack and some poker once in a while. When you use a system, a gambling system, like in roulette, like, I'm gonna play the safety numbers, it's great for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. But eventually, you play that same system for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Eventually, the house is going to win. And things are going to start falling apart.
Right, the house is set up to win.
Yep, the house is set up to win. And that's just like the same way to me.
That's why they offer you free buffet.
Yeah.
Off your money. You're really paying for it. You just don't know it.
Right. That's what Josh Hart, to me, I think a smaller dose of Josh Hart is going to bode well for him because a lot of his.
You mean when you say smaller dose, what do you mean?
It really just. I don't even think. Besides
a smaller, stronger dose, or a smaller, watered down dose, less of Josh Hart.
Like I said before, but I don't want to change. The only thing I want to change in his game is, like I said before, I don't want him the point of contact and decision making at the beginning of our offensive sets in any kind of half court situation or the start of an offensive transition. I don't want the ball in Josh's hands to start that. Besides that, the rest of Josh's game, he can keep it and do what he does, but for only 20 to 25 minutes a game. Because when you do what Josh does for 35 minutes a game, that's when the flaws get elevated. Or they start to happen more often. You know, they might happen early in the game, they might happen late in the game, but they're going to happen when you put Josh Hart on the court for that long. You put Josh Hart on the game for 25 minutes, 20 minutes, you get that good play, like you get less of the bad stuff.
A concentrated version of Josh Hart with all the good parts and none of the negative parts.
Right, that's what I was asking Coach. The question I asked. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, that's it. A concentrated, less used version of what he was already.
I don't think you're going to see this version of Josh Hart under Mike Brown.
Well,
I think you're going to see a good soldier employ the instructions from a very smart and studied head coach. That's what he did with Tibbs, and that's what he'll do with Mike Brown, is what I think. I think you'll see whatever it is that Mike Brown says verbatim is what Josh Hart is going to look to go out there and do. And not to give the whole Josh Hart take away, but I think you'll see more of a Russell Westbrook off the bench type Josh Hart, right? As opposed to Josh Hart is really the shooting guard. They're really the starting shooter guard that plays power forward for the Knicks. I think you'll see it. You'll see less of that, right? And you'll see more of whatever Mike Brown says, Josh Hart is going to be his mouthpiece on the floor. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, look, most of our playoff wins last 2 years, Josh was our best three-point guy and player. It's just indeed that he struggles. Too many minutes hurts, makes him lesser. Right? I think whatever it is Mike Brown wants him to be, that's what a Swiss Army knife is. A Swiss Army knife can be a screwdriver or scissors. That's why they call it a Swiss Army knife, because you can cut paper with it or you can open a wine bottle with it, right? And if we remember what Josh Hart really is, he is and will always be a Swiss Army knife. Now, how this new coach uses this Swiss Army knife is going to be based on what he wants. Like, we don't know if Josh Hart, and this is me being totally honest. This is not me trying to shoot you out of gas for conversations or trolling or none of that. This is me saying, if we knew Josh Hart was a Swiss Army knife before we got him, and the current coach used him in a certain way, does that mean that that Swiss Army knife is not a Swiss Army knife, but a tool of the coach that got him? Is Josh Hart now a hammer? Nah. Josh Hart is always going to be a Swiss Army knife because of his ability. He's a 6'4" wing that does a lot of stuff. Maybe not stuff great, maybe not stuff bad, but in that Swiss Army knife, you can use it for pliers, scissors, corkscrew, knife, whatever, screwdriver, whatever it is. That's how I personally think. Now, I know that's an original or spacey thought. I know that's an esoteric thought, that a Swiss Army knife can look different under a different user. I get that. I know people want me to say Josh Hart off the bench. I get it. Maybe he is off the bench. But I believe that Josh Hart can do a lot of different things, and depending on who is using that thing, that's what you'll see be manifested.
But like, and that's good, and that's fine. I agree with that 100%. But because a Swiss Army knife can cut paper,
Coach, you about to disagree with my point?
Yeah, not fully.
I'm just asking.
I'm kind of doing an aside or addendum to your point. But what we had before, because Josh Hart or Swiss Army knife can cut paper,
is that guy we had before still here?
No. But I'm saying,
how do we know?
I know that, but what I'm saying is, do you keep using a Swiss Army knife to cut paper only, or do you use a scissor? If that's all you're going to use them for, that's his best. You know what I'm saying? So that's what was happening before. So I hope you're right. The new guy uses,
because we don't know,
right? Because sometimes what our Swiss Army knife Josh Hart does, he can open up the wine bottle, but instead of using the corkscrew, he bangs it on the end of the table and breaks off the end of the bottle to open.
Right. But the thing is though, that's the user employing it that way. Right? That's the user doing it that way.
I know.
And the user told, when you saw Josh Hart do those 3 or 4 jump in the air turnaround passes per game, the coach is not going to him saying that's not acceptable.
He just let it happen.
Because if it was, Josh Hart wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, stop using the toothpick part to open the wine bottle.
Right.
Use the corkscrew.
Right, like the inbound passing. Like, remember the inbound, Josh Hart inbounding the ball used to drive us crazy? If Tom Thibodeau saw a flaw in that, he would not let Josh Hart inbound the ball. Right? But he trusts Josh Hart to be that. Is what I'm saying. But with the new user, you don't know how he is going to deploy this tool. Josh Hart is a valuable NBA player, right? Just because you're used, it's like, bro, it's like, I used to watch this team back in the day called the Jets. And I saw the Jets do a play action where a quarterback named Chad Pennington rolled out of the pocket towards the flag. And when I see it, I laugh, right? Chad Pennington did that. Chad Pennington is short, drop back, 3-step, 5-step guy. Get the ball out of his hand quick, short and accurate. Short and accurate. Every now and then, when you fool the defense, he can chunk it downfield to Santana Moss, Kenyon Rambo, Lavernius Coles, whoever the Jets had at the time.
Wayne Corbett,
yeah. But Tom Thibodeau is using Chad Pennington for the triple option, thinking because he wear a double-digit number, he's Tommy Frazier. Nah, he not that. And
he got him in the wishbone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even the thing with Karl Anthony Towns, like the thing with Karl Anthony Towns is, it's not that Cat doesn't want to shoot threes. We know Cat wants to shoot threes because the best thing about Cat is in his offensive and defensive game, the best thing, his best skill set is he can take bigs off the dribble. It don't matter who the big is. It don't matter if they're a center or power forward. Cat can take any big off the dribble. He's not blazing fast, but somehow his craftiness gets him to the rim, right? And other bigs have to respect that. So how do you make up for that, right? You use your second best skill or your third best. I'll say rebounding is his second best. His third best skill is shooting the 3-pointer at a high clip, right? The last guy didn't use that to our advantage. Like, instead of having Cat put it on the floor, how about you starting a pick and roll off the wing and have Cat dive to the rim from the top of the key and you throw the bounce pass in there. That way Cat won't have to dribble all the way to the rim. He'll catch it halfway to the rim and then find a way to finish. And these are small ideas, right? Like for instance, Coach, you remember the dude Percy Harvin? Remember the receiver?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Percy Harvin can't catch, right? But you know how to get the ball in Percy Harvin's hands?
Screens
and hand it to him.
Yeah.
Right?
But it takes a coach thinking outside the box, because the whole time you're thinking this guy's dangerous with the ball in his hands, but he can't catch. I mean, I'm sorry.
Trying to use him like a traditional wide receiver, like he a big wide out on that X wide out.
Right. And so
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right, and so that's why I'm saying, like, what I'm saying is I don't mind if y'all disagree with my point. What I'm asking for is a little leniency, right? Because we have 5 years of Thibodeau tape, and the Thibodeau tape is not exactly what all these NBA players are. They were just in that system under that guy, right? When you bring in a new guy, he's going to implement his own system, and then you'll see the differences or the similarities in what they did the previous 5 years, but we can't draw the conclusion. Like, for instance, when people say Karl Anthony Towns can't play defense, he can't move his feet. How is it that he can move his feet on offense, but can't move his feet on defense? Right? Like these things. So now that Mike Brown is here, like all the stuff we saw in our one season of Cat and Bridges together. Like, we legit only seen one season of Bridges and Cat as Knicks, right? We cannot make absolute statements about Cat and Bridges based off of one season of film, right? What we should do is give some kind of grace, right? Like give some grace that these guys in different situations can be different and more impactful players.
I agree.
Yuri, what's good? What's good, bro?
No, I agree with all you're saying, with your points, especially when it comes to Josh Hart. This all dates back to when Josh Hart questioned Tibbs on the Golden State Warriors. Now, I'm not going to give Josh the grace of dropping 0 points with literally being a donut in a Warriors game, because tensions were high at that point. JB was out. The team did everything that they could to win that game, and they just came up short. But we knew from the get-go that the team was just falling apart. It looked like on the surface. We didn't know at the time what was going to happen, right? But I do give Josh Hart in some grace when it comes to Tibbs, because we even heard Josh Hart call out, someone on Twitter saying that, hey, these were the schemes we were running.
Right.
So there is some grace I give Josh Hart, and I do respect him, for speaking out about what the team's schemes were. So I really do feel like Josh Hart deserves a little bit of grace, just a little, from last season going on to now. I expect a new start for Hart, and I expect him to be in a new position coming forward.
Right. I expect Josh Hart to be Vincent Askew.
Exactly.
Or something like that. Like a guy that comes off that, like, gets in certain lineups, and whatever that lineup needs, that's what he's going to. Percy Harvin. Right? When you put Percy Harvin in, hey, Coach, you remember Sidney Rice? The receiver from, he was in Seattle. Was it Sidney Rice? Oh,
Sidney Rice played on the Vikings.
I thought didn't he play a year with Seattle? Well,
yeah, I believe I think he did play with Seattle.
You love making examples of, like, insignificant 1.5 year run, like, receivers.
But this is the guy that fit, though, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about the guy that.
I'm just playing.
I got you. What I'm saying is it fit what I'm saying? Like, certain guys are not gonna be, because there was a time Percy Harvin played for the Vikings. You remember Percy Harvin with the Vikings?
I remember.
He just but he was like Mitch, who's always hurt.
Always hurt. Yeah.
But if he would have played, he would have been one of the best. Like, you talking about Swiss Army knife pieces to have on offense.
You don't get Debo Samuels without Percy Harvin.
Right.
In my opinion. That style of play.
Or Mike Pritchard. You remember Mike Pritchard? No? Okay.
That might be out of my time.
You remember Mike Pritchard, bro?
There was a lot of guys before Percy Harvin that were like, Dave Meggett.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys like that.
What's his name? Von Sikahema? Remember him from the...
Oh, yeah, Vi Sikahema.
Yeah, from the Eagles. Yeah. Oh, the Cardinals. Which is
Larry Cardinals, too. Yeah.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah. And so, basically, the point I'm making is...
Brian Mitchell.
Yeah, Brian Mitchell, man. Do it all, guys. But the point I'm making with Josh is, I think Josh is going to be the guy that's going to complete all the lineups, right? Like, if Cat and Mitch are on the floor
and you have, say, Brunson and Deuce. Say it's Brunson, Deuce, Mitch, Cat. Just for the sake of argument.
Sake of argument.
Yeah. You put Josh in there. Guess what? Josh is not going to be focusing on rebounding. So he's not going to be like your exclusive rebounder because you have Cat and Mitch in the game, right? Which you're going to have him do scrambling around, communicating on defense to make sure that the defense is always in the best position, right?
Right.
Play passing lanes, be your steals guy, right? Getting the ball, Cat gets the ball and Josh is already running and Cat outlets the ball to Josh and Josh is pushing it, right? And so that's the thing. That's the thing I'm saying. I believe, and you're at what I was getting at is I believe we saw so much of Tom Thibodeau that we think Tom Thibodeau is the absolute of what these guys can do. And in my opinion, I don't think we know absolutely what these guys can do.
Right. No, I agree with you. I think it's unfair to blame the whole team. With Cat dropping back. I get it. Cat gets called out for being a bad defender. And I've defended Cat this whole season. He wasn't even that bad. The guy was averaging 1 block per game. The guy was averaging 1 block per game, for God's sakes, for us throughout the entire season.
Right.
On the center position. The guy's been playing center position his whole life. What about a few years ago back in Minnesota? He was averaging 2 blocks a game at one point.
Yeah. One thing, and Dre, one thing people forget about Karl Anthony Towns is he has always been the number one guy in his class, like high school, college, and he got drafted number 1 into the NBA.
Yep.
So there's some talent there, right? There's some talent there for this guy. It's not just 3-point shooting, right? Like this guy can do other stuff. You mentioned something to me about 6 months ago. What is it, August? Oh man, it's almost September. So you mentioned something to me like last November or December, and it stuck with me. We were talking about the advantage that Jokic has in the half court. You remember that? You talked to me about split action, and I told you how much I hate it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That might be one of the things that Mike Brown offers up in the half court in order to get Jalen Brunson more spot up shooting opportunities.
Yeah.
This split action concept. Right. And there's so many variables to it. Like because it stuck with me. So I tried to research it last week. And I don't mean like a nerd going to the library, but I mean, just sitting in the living room, got YouTube up and then just searching. Right. And there are so many variables to it in so many ways you can get the mismatch, but even before the split action, that Mike Brown has got to use this if he's got Cat, in my opinion, especially if he's got any non-shooter on the floor.
Yeah. You need to create an advantage even if guys are sagging off a non-shooter.
Right.
And if the guys are sagging off on you, you got to shoot the dribble.
Yeah.
You got to shoot the dribble if you're Cat.
Right.
You got to shoot the dribble if you're Cat. And another thing about Mike Brown is his history is he never usually changes this. Let me not say never. He usually keeps the starting lineup the same. So in hindsight, right before the preseason starts, we might see Josh Hart back in the starting lineup. So, and Mike Brown might put his own adjustments to it as well.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Josh continued to start. There are certain tweaks, like as you said, if you have a tool, it's up to the owner of the tool to use the tool correctly.
Right.
And if you're using a tool for the wrong ways, then you're going to get ill-advised results. So I think Mike Brown has the capability and the creativity to do that. And if you look at the team with the Kings, he had multiple non-shooters in his rotations, and he found ways to play around that and mitigate that.
Right.
So it's no like, and when we talk about like the split actions, he ran a lot of that. He ran a lot of split action with Sabonis, and Sabonis couldn't necessarily shoot, but he had it a lot. He had the ball at the elbow, at the top of the key, with off-ball actions happening. Like we could say, like the Trident offense is a lot of split actions, literally.
It is. And the minute you mentioned triangle, I thought about Phil Jackson and trying to implement that with the Knicks. I'm trying not to have PTSD with that.
There's nothing wrong with triangle principles. Like if you look at the Warriors, they have a ton of triangle principles. They just don't stick to it routinely and playing the half court with it the entire time. But in terms of like getting the ball into the post and having guys run around and have screens off ball, which are all triangle based principles in terms of getting a big man the ball in the pinch post and seeing what actions happen. That is a triangle principle. But that also blends in with other offenses like some split actions itself. So
I'm not a fan of the split action because I think while it creates space in lanes, it generally have you play inside the 3-point line, and you have to pass outside of the 3-point line. That's my only thing. And I watch. And listen, I'm not just saying this stuff. I've seen it like legit last week, just watching this stuff, and I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. Cat inside the 3-point line.
There's a reason why it works more for Jokic, and that's because of his talent level. Like you can run that stuff with lesser talented players, and if you do that, all that cutting inside the 3-point line won't matter. You don't have to honor the actual big man's ability to just put it up whenever he wants to.
But he finished with a higher 3-point percentage than Cat, right?
Yeah, no, that was Julius Randle, I think.
No. Jokic did, but on lower volume.
Okay, no, I thought we were talking about playoffs. That was my bad for a minute.
Yeah, Jokic took like 2 threes a game, 3 a game. And Cat was at hovering near 5 when Cat really should be hovering at like 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah, no.
2 per quarter is not going to hurt anybody. The other difference is
Denver actually runs offense through and for Jokic, where we didn't run any offense for Cat for the whole season.
We just let Cat just stand around and be. Cat was getting 24, 25 points per game off sheer talent and force.
Right.
It goes to show you how good of a big offensive big man he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the restaurant of choice, Coach?
Whataburger.
I've never had Whataburger before.
Yeah,
Whataburger?
I'm in Texas, so not a sponsor.
Yeah, no, I will say one thing. I feel like, the team gets a lot of crap for what Tibbs did to this team. With Cat, getting blamed for bad defense, even though Cat was always known to be a bad defender, right? Josh Hart going for more rebounding instead of defense and passing lanes. Mikal not being a help defender, which he's known for, and being a point attacker, right? OG's always gonna be OG, but I feel like he even was put in a more position thanks to Tibbs as well due to his drop coverage schemes.
Yep.
So the one thing I look forward to with Mike Brown is how is he going to utilize Wingstop, right? And how is he going to utilize Cat, shooting threes? I still think Cat at the center position is the best position for this team, regardless of how bad his defense is. I think Cat will not be worn down.
That's if you believe in mismatches. If you believe in mismatches, Cat at center is the ultimate mismatch.
I do believe in mismatches. That's why I want the Cat at the center position throughout the whole year. I do.
I mean, any competent coach in professional sports
exposes
mismatches. That's the outlier of any. When you have all the talent that you have in pro sports, the only way to succeed is capitalizing on other teams' weaknesses and mismatches.
Okay. Right. And I believe with Mike Brown, with the coach that he is going to look for mismatches. 100%.
Okay. Paris Ducker, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Ducker says, because of the aprons, Deuce, Nee, and Mitch are too big of a risk. Teams have to only invest in healthy players now. Look at the available talent now that we can't sign. There is available talent out there that we can't.
Deuce had knee injuries?
Deuce was injury prone throughout the whole year.
Yeah, but I didn't know he had a knee issue. I didn't know.
I thought it was foot. I thought it was a foot.
He had a groin injury. He had.
Yeah, it was like a lot weird stuff that he would just run into. But I didn't know he had a knee issue, but he had a foot and like a groin.
Here's the thing with players whose success is based on their physical talents are going to become injured, and they're going to get exposed because of it.
Okay,
Skilled players that get injured are still pretty good because they're not counting on their like the things Deuce does well because of his size limitations is because he's an athlete. He's a really good athlete.
Right.
Same with Mitch. But because both of those guys are limited skill-wise and some of the basketball skill stuff, offensive skills, for Mitch, awesome rebounder, awesome defender, which has nothing to do with skill set. It's all effort and athleticism.
Right.
Same with Deuce. If he had ball skills and was crafty like the way Brunson is, Deuce hobbled affects his game a lot more than if Brunson's hobbled, because Brunson is crafty and can do other things. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is when a lot of your game is based on your physicality and the things you can do as an athlete, you tend to get injured. Just look at all the explosive players in the league. They're the ones that get hurt, like the Zions and the John Morants and Derrick Rose. I mean, you can go down the line with the explosive athlete kind of players.
Dying injured over time.
Yeah. And that and big men. Big men is just human beings aren't supposed to be that big. You get owies when you're that big.
Yeah.
Other than that, when it comes to JB as well, I definitely expect JB to play more off ball this time, not on ball, as well with Mike Brown. And how many weeks are we from training camp? Not even 3-4 weeks?
3 weeks, I think, something like that.
3 weeks, but probably even earlier, because they're going to start training camp unofficially soon, I think.
Yeah, we're under 50 days from the season.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in October, folks. Everyone should be excited. And I've said it before on here, and I say it again. The Knicks are going to be the most hunted team throughout the entire season. There's going to be tanking teams that are even going to want to make a name for themselves going up against the Knicks. Washington Wizards are going to look to make a name for themselves. Boston Celtics, even despite having Jason Tatum and gutting their whole roster, still got Jalen Brown. I still consider Jalen Brown a threat. Boston's going to be gunning for them, especially after what we did to them in the playoffs. Indiana Pacers, they're always going to give us a hard time. Atlanta Hawks in December, they're gunning for us too, especially now that they got KP on their team, even though I don't believe in that roster. I want this team to have a killer instinct mentality, and I want them to put teams in the dirt next season. That is what I'm looking for.
I can't argue with that. And if we're looking at Mike Brown's mentality, he's always willing to push the envelope in terms of making teams react. So you're going to see us trap teams, press teams here and there just to mix it up. You're going to see us try to put teams in jeopardy, whether defensively or offensively, and press the issue often. Whereas we kind of just try to play our whole style of game, and we more or less let the other teams dictate what happened, and we just reacted to it. We're going to be the aggressors more often than not. Playing fast is one of those things that happens when you try to be the aggressor.
Right. But in order to play fast like Mike Brown wants, it has to start with making the other team miss shots. Right? It's got to start there. And ironically, I think our cupboard is full of those type of dudes, right, that will make teams miss, right? Get out and run, though, is the part that we didn't take advantage of. Because if you think about rebounds per minute, like Mitchell Robinson, Cat, Josh Hart are probably all 9 rebounds per minute or above. right? When they're on the floor. If you get the rebound, why is that not translating into our pace of play? It's because the guy that was here, even though he said one thing, you could tell by the way we did stuff on a nightly basis that he didn't want that stuff, right? Like, because if he did, it would be like, okay, I gave y'all 30 games to do it my way. Now I'm sitting y'all down and trying these other guys. Hell no, he didn't do that. What he did was played those guys even more minutes, right?
Yeah,
so it's
down
like
on it.
it's that's why when you hear certain things and you see other things, as smart individuals, I consider all of y'all to be smart, right? So it's one of those things where when I hear y'all respond to certain things, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm absolutely with this person. Sometimes I'm like, I wish they would drill down on that more. Like Coach and Dre about Josh Hart. My only thing, and this came to me recently. This is not something I feel like I have profound, infinite wisdom. I was like, yo, you know what, Mike Brown? Why do we dislike Josh Hart? Because he is good at a lot of stuff and not great at anything, right? Like, even his rebounding, he's good at it, but parts of rebounding is defense and boxing out. Is Josh Hart a good defender? Does he box out a lot? Nah, but can he grab a stray rebound? Absolutely. So he's good at that part. He's not at the boxing out part, no. The defensive part, no. Right? So what is he? He's a Swiss Army knife. On some nights, he'll be a power forward. On other nights, he'll be the third guard in a 3-guard offense. Right? Some nights, he'll be the third wing player. Right? Other nights, he'll be his 3-pointer will be going, and he is the Dre, what do y'all call it nowadays? Like, we used to call it we used to call it a valve, like the guy on the opposite side. The weak side shooter is our valve on a play, where if we don't get nothing, kick it back out to him, he's got to be open. What do y'all call that nowadays?
Well, I think, I guess that's a skip pass.
The person getting the skip pass, right?
Skip pass.
Yeah, the person getting. Some nights he'll be the person getting the skip pass, right? Like, when me and Coach played, we used to call that the outlet, the valve, the guy that when everything else break out, just get it to him because he's got to be open because of what the offense created. And if that ball go out of bounds, it's not the passer's fault, it's that guy's fault because he should have been in position, right? Like legit, if Jalen Brunson is getting double teamed and they bring in another guy to contest his shot, and your whole job is to be in the corner ready, if that ball go out of bounds on a decent pass, that's not the playmaker's fault, right?
It's not.
And,
And we saw Josh Hart do these across the court passes, and I wanted to kill him for it when it didn't work. When it worked, I didn't want to kill him. That's not Josh Hart's game. But here's the thing, he's a jack of all trades, so I can't even complain about that. That's what kills me.
Because he's going to fill so many needs. He's going to fill so many needs during the season that, for instance, if the Knicks were to, the reason why I was on the Ben Simmons trade is because one guy fills like 5 different needs for you, right? You need size. Okay, he's tall. He's 6'10". You need athleticism. Okay, he's he's probably in the 80th percentile athlete. I won't say 90th because I don't know after surgeries, I don't know. Right? We need a defender. He does that. You need an assist guy. He does that. You need a guy that can get out in transition. You need that. You need a guy to help you execute in the half court. Not maybe an assist guy, but maybe the guy that gets the hockey assist. Right? And I think Josh Hart is going to fill some of those needs, and it may be the reason why the Knicks are not pulling the full court press on Ben Simmons, because they're thinking Josh Hart can do a lot of the stuff that Ben Simmons would do.
Yeah,
right. And that's why I'm still on a Josh Hart train. I think Josh Hart's so valuable to this team that he can't be replaced. Some people think he's replaceable. I'm sorry. Name a guy you're going to find that wants to play all 48 minutes a game. Name a guy that will do anything to get a rebound, who can play defense when he's not being overused. Because I'm sorry, the Josh Hart that was in the Indiana Pacers series, that was not the Josh Hart that I know. I'm sorry. Say what you will. Is there accountability for Josh Hart? Absolutely. Not denying that. Josh Hart deserved to get grilled for the pace and performance that he did. Right? But I've had people tell me that Josh Hart was playing concussed in that series, thanks to Boston after he got knocked in the eye by Jalen Brown.
Right. So
the thing is, just like any team when you construct it,
right?
No one's gonna have all 15 players are perfect. Okay.
Right.
You might have 5 guys, hopefully your 5 starters, that check all the boxes. So what happens is on the bench, you need to replace all the boxes that get checked off when the starters are in collectively with all your bench guys. Right now, we need a guy that covers up the deficiencies of Deuce McBride and Josh Hart. That we just do. Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, they fill those.
They fill those needs real well.
They fill a lot of those needs, but there's some of the needs that even them two can't cover. Like we need another.
They're not ideal fit. I mean, they may fit. To your point, Coach, I think they fit some. I think they help the issue. But if they were absolutely that, those guys wouldn't have bounced around.
Right, exactly. So that's why I agree.
Good point.
I agree with Freezy. We need a guy, whether it. I think HRM said a guy that I think might be that guy for us eventually. But because he's young, it's hard for us as a fan base because we've been brainwashed the last 5 years on what a young player can represent in this league. Like, I've seen plenty of competitive teams use a young guy early that wasn't a first-round guy, that wasn't a lottery pick. Like, was Christian Braun for the Nuggets? I mean, you guys know who the hell he was before he started?
Hell no.
Being a starter for the Nuggets?
Okay, so I did, but
you do, but you're a nerd.
Because I'm a nerd, right? Yep.
Like you're a basketball nerd. You know, you're ahead. So, kids like Diawara, Bacome Dadier, those two are built to fill the deficiencies of these other guys we're counting on right now. That's why they drafted them. But hopefully this coach, does that.
I think you will. I think you will, honestly.
Yeah.
But with the way the Knicks are at the second apron,
here we go.
I don't know if they can get that talent. I think the only way they get that talent is by a trade. And that's what kills me, who you're trading just to get that guy. We might see a trade right before summer camp.
Who are you looking? Who's the ideal candidate?
As much as I said he's replaceable, I think Josh Hart's your best guy for the value. That can get you that player, and I hate to admit it. I don't think you should trade Mitch for one. But at the same time, though, Mitch hasn't signed an extended contract yet. And we all know how Leon Rose doesn't like to extend players right now. And Mitch's value is sky high.
Dre, what you thinking? What you thinking about that, bro? A trade of Josh Hart.
Tough position to be in.
Would you trade Josh Hart? I don't think.
I'm not asking.
I don't think he's even in a position to be traded anyway. Like guys like Malik Monk is hard to trade, and he makes around Josh Hart money. And I think Malik Monk is a really good player. So I think we're kind of like locked into him being here anyway. To be absolutely honest with you. The only team that would actually trade for Josh Hart is the Kings, and that's because Scott Perry is there. And Scott Perry hates Malik Monk for some reason.
Right.
But that's about it. I don't see Josh going anywhere. And to be absolutely honest, you'd be hard pressed to get $20 million worth of something right now. That's an ideal fit. So you might as well just try to morph Josh into that ideal fit, or some semblance of being an ideal fit. Get as close as you can.
Right. Okay. Well, hey man, that's all I got, bro. That 3 hours went by fast.
That's 3 hours. Holy crap.
Coach, I got that same cup, man. You been in my kitchen?
Yes, sir.
I got the same cup.
Get your water game on.
Yeah, man. Drink water. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming through, hanging out with us, man. Thank you to the big homie, Big Tone, for coming through, talking that Baltimore talk, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love chopping it up with other fan bases. Thank you to the chat, man. I appreciate y'all. I don't know if Wise is still in the chat. Yo, if somebody has been in contact with Corey Lee, man, somebody let Corey Lee know that we out here looking for him. Trying to see how he is, man. I ain't talked to him in a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's my
fantasy football. Anyone's interested? Anyone interested in fantasy football too?
Oh yeah. So we trying to do the fantasy football draft this weekend. Everybody, if you're interested in just coming out having some fun with the fantasy football, man, let us know in the comment section if you want to join the fantasy football league. But with that, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. Peace, y'all.
Peace.